Same. Same,
We're all
girl.
on the same page
Same.
then. That's a good thing.
Good morning, y'all. It is Saturday. What up, Doe?
What up, though?
Morning, everybody.
Morning. We got Alicia Aloisi. I had to verbalize that in my head. So it is Saturday, June 12th. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. So we're sitting here with Tori Savage Kitty, Alex Sportsmile. Welcome to Word on the Street. We didn't really get to talk last night. She told me, and I don't know if you want me to tell everybody. I don't know. But basically, she fell asleep. I guess she must have had a long night, and she was like, "Oh my God, I fell asleep." And I was like, it's okay, And you got to keep in mind. So we're, me and Tori are actually on the Pacific, so it's 3 hours. So when you say you fall asleep at 5 o'clock, I'm like, damn, 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? Right. And then it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Alex is on your time zone, but
I'm used to getting calls from him, and I'm like, man, it's like 12:30 over here, bro. What, you calling me for years? But I'm used to it. I'm
in bed
now,
by
bro.
that time. That's for sure.
Right. I'm used to it now.
So, tell me who Alicia. So I'm sorry, I'm saying it with a Spanish twang, but
no, it's okay. I answer both.
Who that person is. I know you do artist management. You currently are, I think you said you're managing one person. Born in Michigan, I think, born and raised in Michigan, lives downriver. What high school did you graduate from? Can you hear me?
I'm so sorry. You cut out a little bit in there. What was the question?
So I said, so born and raised in Michigan, correct? Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. Yeah. What high school did you graduate? Did you live downriver? Did you go to Melvindale? Did you go to Scottsdale? I mean,
I went to Allen Park, actually. Allen Park.
Shout out to Scottsdale.
Yeah, shout out to Scottsdale. All right. You went to Allen Park High?
Yeah. Yep. It was
okay. What year did you graduate?
2010. 2010.
2010. Okay.
So it doesn't feel like that long ago, but it was.
Right.
It was 11 years ago. That's a long time.
That made me feel old real quick.
Well, you're
I know.
For real. I'm like, damn. I'm like,
talk about when I graduated.
Wow.
I'm in the last year of my 20s right now, so.
Oh, last year of your 20s.
We're all like, "Aw," trying to remember what that was like.
Right.
I love it.
So, what did you do when you get out of high school? Did you go to college? Did you go to University of Michigan? Where'd you go?
Yeah, honestly, I went to college for a couple of years. I started at Henry Ford, that was what everyone was kind of doing, trying to save money.
Right.
Core classes out of the way. Went there for a couple of years. Transferred to U of M Dearborn.
Okay.
I actually did not finish college, though. I didn't finish because I found the music. And I decided to dedicate time towards that instead, which a lot of people think is crazy, but in my eyes, school always be.
Trying to follow your dream. Right.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sorry, I gotta put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Someone my artist just tried to call me, actually. So, let me fix that. And
Busy.
Always, man, always. But yeah, so I put it on hold when I found the music. I've got about a year left of college left. I'll do it eventually. But honestly, everything I've learned in my career so far has been self-taught.
Okay.
Kind of wish I could rewind and get those years back, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you go to community college, and do you get involved in any market? I know you say you found music. You get involved in marketing, anything like that? Because I know you're with Rob and stuff like that. But did you do any kind of stuff, or what did you take in college?
A little bit. It was business management, so marketing courses were definitely included. Those definitely sparked my interest probably the most. For the classes I did take, honestly, my path, college kind of didn't direct my path at all. It all just kind of came naturally. The music came in and the marketing just because I was like a super fan of music. I actually like followed a specific rapper around for quite a few years.
Yeah, I think I remember our conversation back in February. You said you were kind of I don't want to say groupie, but you were following.
No, not a groupie.
Yeah, you were following a bunch of different rappers in the city.
It was actually, it was the rapper I followed around on tour because of his music. That was Machine Gun Kelly. He like sparked my interest for the industry.
Okay.
I just picked up his album one day, went to a show, and then we met all these fans that were like waiting in line for so long, and they were front row and like describing the experience. So me and my best friend kind of jumped on board. And then after the first show we went to, it was like no other question. Like we would literally stand outside. I remember it being Thanksgiving in Chicago. We were standing outside by the river for like 15 hours freezing.
Oh my God.
But that, like, watching his team is what sparked me to go and want to work in the music industry. So I knew I wanted to be in management, just not where.
I love him.
When you were
by the way.
when you were following all this, were you staying locally, like the Midwest, or were you like if an artist went to LA, you were going to LA too?
We went to some far, but most of them we were hitting like Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, and we have a music festival in Ohio each year. So most of them we would try to drive, like we would go to Indiana. I want to say we hit one that was a little bit farther out, but most of them were local.
Right.
Okay. So you following these artists, like you said, Machine Kelly. So it kind of sparked your interest, and you're like, I can do this, right?
Honestly, yeah. I remember seeing his manager. Her name's Ashley. She is a blonde white girl from Cleveland. And I remember looking at her and was like, this makes sense. Like, I knew I wanted to work in management somewhere. I knew I wanted to be on like the other side of the barricade, but literally not for groupie reasons. I wanted nothing to do with him, like in that way specifically. But I wanted to be a part of that world. And I like had a 60 moment standing front row at a Grand Rapids show one day, like watching them set up for the show, and I was like, this is what I want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that
very much meant to be.
Too. Yeah. On the hands-on production and all that. And,
so when you say you wanted to be behind
that
other barrier, you didn't want to be a groupie,
right?
But what did you say? Look, I want to manage an artist, because you could have been like, hey, I want to set up the sound system. That's another world. You know what I mean? Setting up everything, making sure everything's working and stuff, and being an engineer. So did like I said, did you say, well, I want to help him? I want to help the artist, set up this venue, book this venue, and stuff like that. So is that what that was your thought process?
Yeah, definitely on the management side. Specifically seeing her and like watching their journey together on Instagram and the relationship she had with her artist, and getting to know his team in that way. Management was definitely like where my head went to first. It's all the sound, making sure that runs smoothly. Never honestly had an interest in. Really, tour management in general would be super. I haven't worked on a tour yet, but it's definitely one of my goals.
So did you reach out to somebody that took you under their wing, or how did that go about?
Yeah, so me and my best friend, we had connected with a local rapper on Instagram, and we essentially just texted him after going to his show one day and going to his studio. We just kind of showed up. Well, we got invited to the studio. That would be weird if we just showed up at somebody's studio.
Wait a second. That's weird.
Right, exactly, yeah. Went to the show, got invited to the studio. And after that day, I just
sorry.
him, I was like, no, you're okay. You're good. That'd be so creepy. We texted him essentially and was like, hey, do you need interns? And he was like, yeah, brought us on board. He ended up being an awful person. The person I've ever worked with. But I was honestly grateful for that experience.
You want You want to elaborate on that?
did you make any connections
Yeah.
through him though? Like,
I want to know
what
how
I mean?
We did. Yeah.
Did he hit
So
on
he
you?
was like,
Did
if
he-
like you could
Tell us how shitty he
define
was.
like a narcissist, because we didn't know what we were doing.
Right.
Like he had put a song out where literally he was talking shit about me in it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Damn. While working
Yeah,
with you.
like
Awesome
like
shit.
low
What
key,
the hell?
like trying to be like it didn't say my name, but I
Right.
was like, okay, that's about me.
Damn.
You're
That's
like,
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was like the best I've ever met in
Oh
my
my
whole
God.
life. But the connections, his team was so amazing. Like I still am in contact like with his old team.
Right. That's what I was wondering. Like, did you make any connections? So
Yeah, like his old team is like my family because we all experienced like the same kind of hell for a year and a half, 2 years. You know what I mean? So like,
Right. Oh,
they've
right.
gone on like launched their own businesses.
That's funny. How
Yeah, we
people-
collabed.
They bond through that hell they experienced
Trauma bonding.
together.
Right.
Right. Trauma bond. Nice.
Honestly.
So you want to
yeah,
talk?
no, those are-
It was horrible. You something you
He
want
was
to
just
talk
like-
about? What
I
did he
think
do?
He ended up just kind of like being too cool for everybody. Like he was like preaching like to quit our jobs and all this. Meanwhile, we weren't getting paid for anything. Like
damn.
it was just like very narcissistic behaviors that I can't even like pinpoint,
Yeah.
but it was like constant.
Yeah.
Where we thought we were just like down for the ride, it was like he was definitely like making a shit that like didn't ever make sense. Trying to be this leader, but it was like narcissistic. He wasn't a leader by any
Right.
means.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up hurting the people he'd known for years closest to him. I'm pretty sure he
Damn.
was like a violent, dangerous person that I didn't know about as well.
Right.
Things that came out. that I can't
Mm.
speak on.
Deeper background, probably. Like,
Is he still
Yeah.
rapping?
No, last time I saw him on anything, he was doing porn.
Oh,
On Twitter.
Damn.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Everywhere.
what's happening. Honestly,
Wow.
like I feel like
Right.
whatever he went on to do, like wish him the best because I'm not that kind of person. But I'm
Damn.
grateful I like experienced that early on because it made me like open my eyes to like what kind of character in this industry.
Right.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
So what to watch
Yeah.
out for and stuff like that. Right.
Like my very
Mhm.
first experience being that, I was like, "Ooh."
Right. That's that
You're like,
You know,
whoa.
that would scare a lot of people
Yeah.
away, from the business. But
Yeah.
you got
I
to
was like,
kind of
all right,
expect
maybe we just got the worst of it out now.
something. Right. I mean, you got to kind of expect something like that. I mean, if you don't think there's narcissist people in the music industry, then I mean, yeah, you probably don't belong in it. But in general, not you.
Three,
In
one,
general.
three number call me. Hold on. Hello. Hello.
Hi, we've been trying to reach you concerning your vehicle's extended warranty. Now, you
Yes.
should have in the
Yes.
mail.
What in
I've
the
been
world?
waiting for them to call.
313 numbers. I was like, let me
Oh
answer.
damn. We should have got
So
Leah,
funny.
why didn't you get the person on the phone?
Yeah, that's the first caller we got in months.
We
That
should
was
have
awesome.
took the caller. Got the rep on the phone, asked him some questions. I'm sorry, Alicia. The extended
No.
warranty guy calling our
It would
show
have been
is
funny.
fucking clutch. Okay, that's some clutch shit right there. Jake just blew it.
That's so funny.
So going,
Right?
learning.
Wait, I'm sorry, Jake. Warranty none of us have. Okay,
Right.
Damn, right?
Right. Not one of us.
not one of us.
I got an MTV warranty. Damn.
So
Fucking great.
experience. What was your next move? What happened?
After that,
Yeah.
I stayed in contact with his manager, who's actually my like mentor to this day. Like, love him. Like, he'll forever be family.
Okay.
That's cool.
So I stayed in contact with him, but he ended up moving out of the state, so it was less like in person, kind of like training in contact. So one of the guys that
Right.
was in this situation with me, he started a company called Crowd Freak. He's an amazing guy. His name's Curtis. He is still running Crowd Freak and has done so well with it. So I kind of jumped on board with him, like when he was getting ready to launch that.
Okay.
And I would help him with shows, just like trying to keep my foot in the door somewhere. I knew I had to be
Right.
doing something if this is what I wanted to do. And I actually ended up meeting the artist I work with now through that because I was a judge at a showcase.
Okay.
And I like fought for him to win when other people didn't want to win.
Right. So is
Um,
that who you were sharing on Facebook and we were voting for?
Yeah,
Right.
Paris. Well,
Paris.
that's
no,
who I
okay,
work with
okay.
currently.
Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
voted for him.
I appreciate that.
I tried to do it more than once, but it wouldn't let me.
Yeah, no, you had to like hack the
Try-
system. And you
try.
use different laptops, different
Right,
computers.
right.
It was,
Yup, yeah.
Well, I didn't vote. Can I go vote, or is it too late?
yeah.
Yeah, no, that was like what, about a month ago or something like that, I think.
Sorry, I didn't know.
So you
I am
met
losing.
Martin, starts a thing, and you jump on with him. You meet your current guy that you manage named Paris. Tell me, like, the ups and downs, the struggles. Did he embrace you right away, or did it take a while? Was he established already?
I don't
Tell
know
me a
if
little
you
bit
guys
about.
can hear me, but I'm like losing connectivity for some reason.
I can hear you
Yeah,
fine.
we can hear you. Nope, I think she's frozen.
Yeah, she's frozen.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Robot.
There you go.
What is your shirt saying? Oh,
I think
Mine?
I'm back. I think I'm back.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening there. I'm so
Might,
sorry.
might be fucking legendary shirt. I just felt like I needed to wear it today.
So did you hear my question?
I did not. I lost you guys for a solid 30 seconds there. I'm so sorry.
So once you actually met this artist through this, where you met him at and you judged the show. So did he embrace you right away? Did it take a while? Was he established artist already? Tell me a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, sure. So he had been working on his own for quite a few years prior to that.
Okay.
So he had a little bit of a foundation. He's kind of like still. We almost met at the same point in our journeys as like artist and manager. We were like on the same kind of playing field. So about a month after that, he didn't even know that I was fighting so hard for him at the showcase. Never in my mind did I think like I was gonna manage this guy. I was just like, no, he's like so good. We have to pick him. Like, what are you doing? And so we actually connected. I think he messaged me on Instagram about a month later. He didn't realize who I was. Like, I had been engaging with his post, and he just thought I was like one of his homies' friends from downriver. Because like the guy he works with, actually, his name's Lorenzo. They're putting out this album that I've been posting about. He thought I was just like one of his friends from downriver because I knew Lorenzo like growing up in high school and stuff. So he just thought I was some random girl like liking his music posts and like engaging with him. But then he pulled me up and realized who I was, and we met for a meeting, and we just kind of had a really good conversation. And we said that we were going to work together for like 6 months. We're like, we'll give it a trial period. We're both kind of like on the same field, see if we vibe. I truly like we never even noticed like when those 6 months were up.
You just kept working.
We've just been rocking for 4 years now. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. That's cool as hell. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know you were with him that long. Like, I see your posts and everything, and and I seen you was congratulations. And I seen like your post the other night. Was that like last night or 2 nights ago? I seen a picture
about
of you guys together.
Or were you?
Yeah. I think
About
that's
what?
what it was.
I think we lost her again.
What was it about, Alex?
You know what? I gotta actually look it up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But it was something.
Oh, damn.
It was something good that happened.
You're not.
What'd you say? Go on the DMs.
You're not gonna lie. Fuck.
Back.
Guys,
She's back.
But it was something good.
Let me see.
I might have to switch to my laptop or something. But I just turned my Wi-Fi off and you guys came back on, so I'm gonna rock with this for a minute and see what happens.
Okay.
So sorry. What were you saying? You were saying congratulations. Were you talking about the Motown stuff?
Yeah. Oh. So basically, that's what you were just talking about right now. Was just being with them for so long, and basically telling us the same what you just said. So, and just having you guys being loyal to each other, and just how grateful you are and everything like that. And I love the hashtag "Energy Never Lies." So
yeah,
that's
actually
dope.
the name of the album. The hashtag.
That's a dope ass name. I like that.
Oh,
That.
nice.
That's
I
dope
like
as
that.
hell.
Did you guys? So you
Ain't
more?
that the damn truth? Ain't that the damn
For
truth?
sure. I'm on a shirt. I need a
Okay.
shirt with that on there for real. That's dope.
It's coming. We got it all.
So as you guys, you guys were rocking for 4 years.
Mhm.
Did you guys? You guys were more basically. You guys were more friends than you managing him, and you guys became more. As it progresses, you guys became more definitely closer.
For sure.
Is it hard? Because at the end of the day, being a manager or being a record producer or being anybody in business, it's about business. It's about money, right?
Mhm.
So do you guys get into this more for love or for money? Because I talk to people different all day.
Yeah.
A lot of times they emphasize money a lot, and
Mhm.
and I always tell them, look, dude, you got to do. You know what I mean? You got to love what you're doing.
Yeah, put in
Money,
the work.
money will come. Money will
Yeah.
come.
Absolutely.
Gotta
And
come from the heart.
yeah, and I think sometimes people are in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
For a lot of different things. When it comes from
Yeah.
sport, rapping,
Mhm.
my famous thing as growing up as a kid, and Alex can testify, but when Sparky Anderson said, I played this game
Right.
as a kid for fun and I get paid for it, like that's
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta love that. You gotta love what you're doing, and eventually you'll get paid for it. So how do you dissect those lines? Because you guys are friends, but at the end of the day, you want to get paid, and he wants to get paid. How do you guys
Show me the money.
clarify
Yeah,
that?
for sure. I mean, in the beginning, there was very much not getting paid to do this.
Right.
It's been a lot of networking, energy, and traveling on our own dime.
Right.
That's really what it is as a new artist. Like, you're investing in yourself wholeheartedly. And
Right.
I was investing in myself as a manager along the way too. You know what I mean? Like, I was making sure I was on
Right.
these tour stops and traveling and all this because I wanted to be seen, I wanted to be heard, I needed to meet people. So I mean, for us, I mean, we do have a contract. I get a percentage of what does come in. Eventually, when we're famous after this album drops,
Right.
Love it.
it'll go to like a business manager and accountant who make sure that happens. So it's kind of like removing us from the payouts, like when real money's coming in. But we've built such a bond at this point. Like, that's my brother. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm not really worried about it. We're
So
very
do you,
transparent when it comes to like conversations about money and like expectations and moving forward. Like, he just volunteered, like he's giving me credits on this album. Like, so I'll get royalties once this pops off.
Right.
I didn't ask for that. That's not a contract. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Right.
I'm never worried about him not looking out when it comes down to it.
That's love. That's love.
Yeah, it's really, it's not a concern, and the money's definitely not what drives it at this point in our journey. Like, he loves music and I love music, and we both do this because we love it.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got to
definitely one of those
trust
things.
at least a couple people on one hand, and during that,
For
you got to
sure.
be able to trust. At least I would think anybody you would have, at least on one hand, you'd be able to count, you know what I mean? Some people you can trust. So, you know what I mean? It's not all bad, you know what I mean?
Right.
But
She said I got about
I've
2.5.
I've never been involved in music like that. My cousin's been more involved with stuff like
So,
that.
let's say, and I'm going to ask you a couple different questions about the music industry. So let's say a big conglomerate. We lost you.
Blackout 3.
I don't know if she can hear us or not, but there she's coming back.
I'm sorry. Literally, I'm on Do Not Disturb, and I don't know how my artist is getting through. So if he's watching this, stop calling me. I just had to text him and say, stop calling me. I'm doing this podcast.
You want me to call him?
He's like, it's funny when you said it. I pictured him like, damn, damn, what the hell?
Should we call him on the line?
We can bring him on.
I didn't know. He said, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
We can bring him.
Let's bring him on. Let's bring him on.
Call in if he wants. Yeah.
No, I can call him. What do you want me to call him?
No.
Be like, what up?
He probably needs me to email someone because he, like, honestly, when I tell you that man is a manager in his self, he He probably needs me to send an email. Honestly.
Well, if
That's
you're
okay. We
watching,
can send
if you're
emails.
watching,
We got
Paris,
this.
call in, man. The number's right there at the bottom, home.
Right at the
bro.
We
Just
got
call
this.
in,
I got a
man.
laptop. I can
Call and
send
show some love.
emails.
Right.
So I
I can screenshot stuff. What he needs.
Right.
What you need, boo? Call in.
I have some pertaining to the music industry. So
Yeah.
how difficult is it? You know, when I was growing up and we were in the music industry, you know, we were on tapes, we're on tape, CDs, whatever, and it was
8 tracks.
it was a lot more challenging. I got away from the music industry because it was so much of a challenge trying to make money. Now I talk to rappers and artists, R&B and artists. It's a little different because you're dealing with the digital age. You're dealing with social media. We had a couple rappers on here. Anybody can be a rapper now. You know, as long as
I was like, let me stop you there.
I didn't say a good rapper.
As far as access, yeah,
a rapper.
Everyone has access.
Everybody has access to social media and video. You know, just a lot of stuff. You know, I could drop a video. I can be on Apple Music. I can, you know, every household has ability to become a rapper. So, living in the digital age, how challenging it is it getting this guy's stuff on these platforms, getting paid. You know, when I was in the music industry, it was all about touring because you were kind of
money. That's the money right there,
right? You were kind of the music. You were kind of the record label's whore. You went out and you got paid little for whatever you produced, and the money was always in touring. So, and I still think the money's in touring. Besides COVID, right? It makes it more difficult. But how challenging it is in the digital age to get his music out there, get in social media, and all that good stuff. Because how do you monetize that? I know you can monetize it on Apple and all that other stuff. How do you monetize every outlet you can possibly think of?
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, the money's still a challenge, to be 100% honest. Some's coming in, but not some right now. We're kind of in that part in the journey right before it's about to start rolling in. Pre-COVID, we built a relationship with a blind pig in Ann Arbor. He had opened up on one show out there, and then COVID hit. Like, we were supposed to up and starting that kind of flow, to build the fan base and get those shows. We got one in before COVID hit, but they just recently hit us back up, so we're gonna start opening again, and that's gonna bring income in. So it definitely is still in touring and shows, because that's like the easiest, and quickest way to get money in your hand. Yeah.
I was gonna say, sorry to cut you off. I was just gonna say, sometimes anticipation makes things better too. So, you know. Yeah.
And now, honestly, with the shows, we'll be able to, the songs we're dropping are different. They're more hype. They're exciting. I would compare him to kind of a J. Cole kind of chill vibe on his last album. Right. But this new album is all energy. It's so fun and exciting. So they're definitely more performance records. So everything does happen for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. So hopefully now that we can go out with these records and perform them,
is he?
Yeah, it's gonna make more sense.
Check him out.
Are you is he collaborating with anybody, or what's the deal?
The whole album is him and an artist named Lorenzo Brett. They've been best friends, brothers for years. They've kind of been in the music industry journey together. We went on tour together, but they haven't really done a whole lot of music together. They kind of kept it separate. But over COVID, they both got real creative. Pulled the best records off of their single albums they were working on, put them together, made a few more. And when I tell you, I was in the studio crying real tears the other night. This album is so good. I'm so excited to share it with the world. It's dropping next month.
It's awesome.
Right. Yeah, I'm excited for you.
So, if you don't mind, if it's possible, can I play his video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
I just
absolutely. It's gonna drop on BET today as well.
Go Crazy, Lorenzo and Paris.
Yep.
dope.
That's good. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Go crazy. Hey, go crazy. Look, I fucked up a bag today. I ain't got time to play. Told little baby, let's fuck right here. I ain't got time to waste. Bunch of ones out the plastic. She do what Simon say. 4 pockets full, feeling like baby. This shit is heavyweight. I rate the Benz, hit the dealer. I need another one underlay. The diamonds go crazy. I know you too gazy. My old bitch, I had no body. My new bitch, shit crazy. Big wrist drip, yeah, I spin it. Whip it for him, but the shit ain't rented. Up a Giovanni, sipping fine wine, twisting up chicken strip fettuccine. Got your bitch with me, she a fine dime. Eat up off the Henny. No need to check on me. You know I keep that check on me. Effing in and on reach, I don't wanna have to go and stress on me like that. Yeah, go crazy. Yeah, go crazy.
That shit's dope.
Spinning.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear his verse because he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's dope though.
Yeah, that's my main artist. His verse is second. If you fast forward, he'll be
Man,
second.
killed it though. I love that. Underlay. I love it.
Right.
Love it already.
I'm not really sure this that deep, but take what you take up on me like a meal from my son, cause he gotta eat and I'm screaming that shit, so my dick in the dirt. If I take a shot, I'ma hit where it hurt. Somebody sent out an Amber Alert, cause the bag was missing when we got it first. Ain't no advantages, you got some nerve, you just mad at the fact that we put in the work. Nothing was given, everything was earned. My safe looking dangerous, pull up my word like O-E. That I didn't know, this low-E. Taking the load above me, he ain't gon' hold you, bro. We in the zone, we float deep. The 2 other homies low-key. He was a seconds as if bitch wouldn't let up and she wasn't supposed to be on me. Well, alibi, rockabye, homicide, my nigga. Put him to rest. He gotta die, finalize, traumatized. Then he should've put on the best. Let's teach him a lesson. I want him to the point where he left breathless. I want the hit to be the best of the best. Don't bring a nigga nothing more, nothing less. Whatever way it's done, just save you the stress.
Yeah, he killed that.
Oh boy. Oh
Yeah, he
that's
killed that.
I mean, I listened to some. I follow him on Apple. I heard him, but I didn't hear
They're
that.
both they're both your artists, or the second one
That's
was your
hot,
artist?
man. That shit
I work with them both.
fire.
Like Lorenzo's not a fully artist.
He's out cold,
but
man. Damn.
I work with him as well. Whatever he ever needed.
He was
as far
Lorenzo
as
was the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, whatever
But
he,
your main artist was the second one.
go crazy.
Yeah, that's fire.
Oh yeah, he's fire. He
I
fire.
love that shit. That shit out
Yeah,
cold.
he
For real.
killed it.
He killed. Yeah. He like I said, I listened to some other songs before, but they were like older ones, like on Edge. And
Yeah,
then
On
like whoa,
Edge
whoa,
was from
and
the
then
last
whoa.
album.
Like I listened to some of his stuff, but that's the first time I've heard that. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
My son does music too, and so I listen to him flowing all day long, right? So when I heard him, I was like, okay, he got words, okay.
I love that.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's got a good flow.
There it goes.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I am a firm believer in their greatness in this album, man. Like, and we chose that as a single a long time ago, but I don't even
That's a
think
good
the
one
better
right there.
album. Like,
Yeah.
The
That's a
second
good choice.
single's probably gonna be Risky. When the album drops, look for Risky because that's like such a dope joint too. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
And you can follow Paris. Where can you follow Paris at?
That shit's dope.
Instagram's probably the best way to reach him. It's Paris with 2 I's, so PARIS_Noel.
That's a dope ass name.
EL.
2 eyes.
Noel.
I know when I found him on the Apple, I was like, damn, is that I had to go back to the Facebook and make sure because it was the 2 eyes. I was like, that's dope though. That's dope.
He fancy.
Right?
He is fancy. He is
Don't
fancy.
forget to-
He's got a little swag to him.
I'd be like, don't forget to.
I've seen you.
So I got a question. Were you there when they filmed that video?
I actually stayed home because it was during COVID and I was scared.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
It was like that was like right when things opened up. I think the first time we shot that video over a year ago.
Okay.
So it was I wasn't comfortable and they didn't really need me. I'm always usually on set.
That was not a safe time a year ago.
That's probably the only video I wasn't on set for.
The reason why I asked you is, first of all, I want to know who was giving the black girl that was dancing like crazy, giving her water. And then the second...
That's usually my job.
I was like...
Hey, if you ever need
he was thirsty that day.
If you ever need a gopher, just let me know.
Yeah. And then the second
Water
thing,
boy.
the second thing is I've seen the parking lot, and I think a lot of people do videos there in cars and doing donuts. Where's that at? Is that on the west side? Is that in west side?
I know it was on the west side. I don't remember the exact location, but it was in the hood on the west side. That's all I know.
It wasn't on the lodge, was it? They weren't on the lodge with it, were they?
No, it's a party.
No, I don't think so.
I know y'all remember.
Man, I remember seeing the clips from the video. I'm like, I'm glad y'all made it out alive.
Well, for us on our side, when they were racing, that was on Jefferson. On my side, southwest side. So
Okay.
I don't know where else they raced. Or Warren too. I guess Warren, down Warren.
Yeah.
Right. As long as they didn't get caught, it's all good.
I was just wondering because I was just like, I've seen this video before,
Right.
On the
Right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know, they
It's dope.
pulled up at a car show, so I know that wherever they were,
okay.
we had contacted people that drove out there, and they knew what was happening, but it was the video was shot inside another event that was already happening.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
The reason why is I always wanted to do donuts in a parking lot, and I was watching Breaking Bad the other day for the 1,000th time, and there was a scene where Walter's doing a donut. This
That show's crazy.
That's me. That's me trying to get to a sale.
Right.
That's what I look like when I'm going to pick up products.
Target.
Yeah. That's me at Target.
That's me going into a ditch.
Oh my God.
Lose control. So
It's me and
That's
Paris at
hilarious.
Target. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Being fancy.
yeah, when I see that, I'm like, man, I gotta.
Crazy ass women.
I want to do a donut and shit.
And shit.
I have no desire to do that in my whole entire life. No.
Right.
No,
None.
I would just wanted to be in the back while they were shooting the video and shit. Just
Yeah.
actually, I gotta be honest. I love my mom, but she's a crazy driver. I think this is a woman thing, doing her makeup on a phone, driving,
talking on the phone.
Listen, I witnessed my mother paint all 10 nails, okay, while she's driving.
Oh my God,
Full
that's
hand.
worse than rolling
yeah.
a joint while you're
And
driving.
they come up, listen, rolling a joint is kind of easy. I've done that before years ago, but and her nails be flawless, right?
Oh my
I will
God.
say, I used to work downtown, and I bottle service manager, and it would be hot in the summer, right? So fucking hot. And I would have to wear all these little hoochie ass outfits, but some days, you needed to wear fishnets or nylons or this. So I would put them on driving down 94.
What
Crazy.
in the world?
What in the fucking world was I thinking? But I did it,
I definitely
I was
makeup for
full on
but...
dressed. I've done full on dress.
Does
Lashes, a lash. I got a lash glue on my.
my ex-wife told me a story not too long ago. She's like, "Do you remember your mom's driving down the lodge, trying to get to Southfield because my mother worked in Southfield, and she was, I had to drop her off and stuff. She goes, I literally, when we stopped, she goes, I just jumped out and just puked because she gets car sick. She was like." Craziest driver that I was talking about.
Your mom is my people.
Right.
So
that's amazing.
My little one, she's 11, right? And we're going somewhere, and I'm like, I'm with my mom, my dad, and I got the girls, and they're like, and my little one goes, is it possible that you can drive? Because grandma's just a crazy driver.
Terrified.
She's like, I get car sick.
Oh my God.
But did you die? Okay,
Right.
That's
the question. That's the question.
Listen, y'all out here being dramatic with us crazy drivers. Okay,
I heard that I'm one of those drivers, but I don't believe it.
No,
I just got shit to do. I ain't got time.
Honestly,
listen. I'm those people that be out here making a career out of the fucking turn. Can you turn already? It is not a career.
Do you drive
You're not
truck,
getting a
Alicia?
degree.
I have
Do you drive a truck or a car?
I have a Jeep Cherokee, so it's not
Okay.
like
I was like, you know what? I always show love to women and athletes and all like in every aspect. But I tell my daughter, I said the one thing I cannot stand is a woman in a truck. I'm sorry.
What?
Really?
I
Oh,
go,
why?
I'll lose it.
That's
the
so
only thing. That's the
sexist.
only
I
thing.
know.
Why?
I was like, a woman
We're
does not
totally
deserve to be
judging you
driving a
right
pickup
now,
truck.
Alex.
I'm sorry.
We're
I'm
judging you.
sorry.
I'm totally
sorry.
judging you. I'm running you over. Listen, I'm running you over with my truck. That's
I
it.
said, they don't need.
can't
There's
wait
no
to
need
show
for
her.
a woman to be
I
in a
gotta-
pickup truck.
I gotta disagree.
Never. No,
Most
I'm just
sexiest
playing.
thing is watching a
No,
girl.
it is hot. It is hot. But when they're
That's my
driving,
next
but they
vehicle.
don't
I'm
belong there.
gonna fucking jump up into the car. Like that's my shit.
I gotta
I'm
be
a
honest.
sexist.
most
I am not a
sexiest thing
sexist. I am far from a
It's
sexist.
a girl with short shorts getting in a big truck. I'm sorry. I love it. Short
I
shorts.
said I love it.
Big 350. Short shorts.
Well,
Can see everything. I love it.
Next time you go out with the garbage lady, let me know, man. Send me a picture.
All right.
I cannot.
The garbage lady.
You make me want to go buy a truck like tomorrow.
Literally, right? I'm like, damn. I drive everything like it's a truck, though. It doesn't matter if it's a Prius. I'm driving that shit like it's a fucking truck. Okay.
Honestly, the Jeep has saved me a few
Now, if
tires
I'm
being
in
higher
it
up.
if I'm in the truck with the woman, then that's a different story. But go ahead,
Okay.
like go ahead.
So who's driving? Who's driving, Alex?
What do you mean?
Who's driving?
What are you
said
talking
You're
about?
in the truck with her.
I'm saying if
Can
I'm
she-
in
can
if
she
I'm in
drive?
the truck with the crazy driver.
Who's driving? Oh,
Oh.
she's driving. Okay, she's driving. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
That's
why
that's
aren't
different.
women allowed to drive a truck, Alex? I'm confused. What are you? They don't deserve
No,
it?
I mean I've had
What's the-
I've had my own little
Let's
situations
elaborate.
with women driving
Not-
in a truck and stuff like that. So
not past that.
ever since then, that's only that's it. Other than that, I love y'all.
A girl in a
I
truck
love you. He's
broke his heart. That's what it is.
Now
That's what it is.
basically what it boils down to is
you nailed it, girl. Nailed
when
it.
they can't park. They can't park.
Oh, bitch.
I can't park
What?
my Jeep, so
What?
I still
What?
gotta
The
drive.
percentage of women that can't park a truck is
can't
higher
park?
than it is on the other end. There, I said
Motherfucker,
it.
watch me do this, okay?
That you're only 1% though.
I don't think it's
Blindfold.
specific to the truck. I just can't park. So I mean, whatever I'm driving.
Thank you, Alicia. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you know.
No, that
Man.
wasn't for your argument.
So, you know what,
because
I will
can't
say
park
that.
anything.
I
Not
I'm gonna
truck.
take it anyway.
I will say this. I learned to drive big things. That didn't. I was gonna say something.
I love that.
Big things young.
Going,
Big things young. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah, I
you
love
know-
driving
you know,
big things. Go ahead.
I learned how to drive big things young. No, so my son raced motocross very young, you know, and I was a young mom, so I had to learn how to drive a trailer because I couldn't afford the semi that all the other racers were driving, right? So I had a truck and a trailer, and I learned how to load it up, and I learned how to do the tie downs, and I learned how to reverse it. Reversing a trailer is no fucking joke. It was trial and error, right? So that I learned how to drive an RV. I know how to drive a school bus. And then Zach,
That's amazing.
When my other son, you know, I had a Denali. Right? And then we had a pickup, and we had then I had to get the wheelchair van, a big conversion van, right? So I'm learning how to drive all these different things. But the best is when you have the rear view mirror. And like I said, I'm a little swift in my movement, right? And you reverse, you just pull in that spot all perfect but fast, and you see the driver in the car behind you literally shit their pants because they think you're gonna try and you stop it on a dime. It's the fucking best. Everybody in the car is laughing at the guy on the screen because he looks like he literally just had a heart attack because he thinks the lady in the big vehicle is gonna hit him. It's fucking great. I love it.
I love
that. I much rather drive big shit.
There you go. So what's
definitely
next
a skill?
for,
Definitely a skill.
It is.
What's next for Alicia in Paris?
Honestly, we're gonna be pushing this album all summer. It drops next month. We're gonna do a really cool release event behind it.
Cool.
I'll send y'all the invites. But you're not here, right?
I'm there. That video
right?
is dope. That video is
yeah. When is it?
I love it.
End of July ish. We don't have the specific date
Oh,
set.
I might be there.
Right.
Okay.
You will
I'll
be
make sure you
there.
guys
That'd
have
be
info.
Well,
cool
it
if you are.
depends. It
Tori, we can
depends.
go.
It depends. Yeah, it depends when. But because I'm coming back, I'll be in
Southeast
Michigan for most. Yeah, Southeast Michigan for most of July. So
Okay, for sure. Yeah, no,
it
well, I'll make sure
depends.
you
So
get the
yeah, let
info
me
for
know.
sure. Yeah, we're just
Absolutely.
gonna be pushing this album. We've got a lot of good marketing people behind it, working with some publicists. Real time we've ever put a real big campaign behind an album, so I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm learning a ton right now. I'm also in a program with Motown right now that I got shows for as a manager. It's an accelerator program. We're last week right now, and they picked 2 managers. I think within the next 2 weeks to move on to like this 12-week program, which is just like more resources, connecting with more industry executives. So like I'm going in those 2 spots. I'm big on manifestation, so I've been telling everybody that I already got it, even though they haven't shown.
Same. It's already happened there.
In my head, it's already happening. I'm moving on.
Right.
So looking forward to that, and then really just continuing to build on that.
All right, I got a couple last questions for you. So, tell me a little bit about. I know we've talked previous in February about mental illness when it comes to artists, and I know this is a big topic for you. Tell me a little bit about that, because I know you worked in the past worked in mental health, but you said a lot of things, and I think that's why you got so close to your artist is the mental health portion of being an artist. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I randomly just got a job at a mental health company 4 years, around the same time I started working with him, honestly. Had no idea what kind of passion it would bring out of me, like, for mental health. I really hadn't done too much about it or wasn't super aware, or really paid too much attention to it, honestly. But working there completely changed the game for me, and now it's something that I advocate for and normalize. Really just talk about it like it's not something scary to talk about. And I think, like, having that job and working in the music industry and coming up in both areas at the same time really made me realize that I think a lot of artists' mental health is neglected, like, because they use their music as an outlet, but like
As
the
therapy.
stuff that they're saying in their lyrics are real shit that they're going through. You know what I mean? And it could be super dark, but no one's like checking on them afterwards. You know what I mean? They just look at it like it's just music, but like, no, that's happening, you know, or happened or something.
Yeah.
So, like, I just think it should be so much, like, they should focus so much more on it in the music industry and making sure these artists are okay.
Well, we talked
how many people we use to overdose.
How many artists have committed suicide or have, jumped off that mountain because they can't deal with the pressures? And these are out. I know that one of the topics that we were going to talk about on the show was Shock G. He recently died, and we didn't know what happened. And then now it's saying that he overdosed on meth and fentanyl and drinking, and you know what I mean? Like, as an artist, he was phenomenal. He produced so many different but what was going on in his head that he would do? I mean, what you know what I mean? What makes an artist, you know what I'm saying, do that to himself?
And I think so many people use these people's music to cope, like, with their own issues that no one's circling back, like, with the artist. Like, I think it should be so much more part of, like, with the labels and everyone. Like, there should be so many more resources and programs. Like,
there really should be.
We lose so many artists every year to suicide and overdose. Like, I'm tired of losing them. So, you know what I mean?
An artist's brain is so. I'm sorry, an artist's brain is so complex, right? And they have so much that flows through it at one time, and it's literally. I've heard, them certain ones I know, and even my son described thoughts like on a hamster wheel, right? Because you're nonstop, you're putting words to beats, you're putting your emotions to songs and to beats, and this is a form of therapy for them. Not everybody, like we had an artist the other day that said it. Not everybody wants to be big. Some people just want to create music to get the words out. and
For
to get the
sure.
thoughts out. And it's such a, it's such a
Right.
form of therapy, even for people that don't make music. When you listen
Right.
to it, it releases something in you that allows you to connect with whatever you're feeling and whatever they're saying, and release whatever happy or sad or crazy or depressed feelings you're feeling. So
Mhm.
when you're making that music, you can't help but think and wonder exactly, okay, is this real? Is this just
Right.
because it sounds good with the beat? It's
Right.
real. It's
I
really
think there's
real.
a
And
lot
I
of
think
truth
that,
behind it. Yeah.
oh, completely. And I think that that's a great point that you said. There needs to be more, there needs to be something more established for them, maybe a foundation. Maybe that's something that you could do where, there's
Honestly.
a foundation where it is okay for artists to seek mental help, to call this line and speak to somebody who actually understands
Mhm.
what's going on with them, not just some chick on another call, any
Right.
kind of therapist, but something that's good for them, that allows
That's
them
specific.
to reach out and
For
and
sure.
and really, talk about it. And it's such a good point.
Definitely. That's definitely one of my long-term goals. I definitely super long-term want to bring more mental health resources into the industry.
Mm-hmm.
It is a long-term goal, so I haven't figured out the logistics behind that, but it's definitely one thing, like, kind of when I make it is one of those aspects where I want to give back in that regard.
Yeah.
We
Well,
lost
when you
Alex.
figure it out, let me know. I'd love to be a part of that.
Absolutely, 100%.
So, if you can, the last big question is the 30-day social media content challenge with Robert Courtney.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that, because
Yeah.
I was going to text him and ask him, and I know Alex is kind of trying to fill me in, but tell me a little bit about that, because I know you're doing it.
Yeah, for sure. It's actually been super cool. So this is the first one he's ran. He recently launched, it's called the Yellow Room. So it's basically, he has all these resources that he's compiled through working with different businesses and different clients, and he's offering that to the masses, essentially. So instead of he's almost teaching you how to build your brand and your marketing through these resources without doing it himself.
Yeah.
And so I work on his team, and he messaged me. He's like, "You're gonna do this challenge with me." I was like, I kind of don't know what I'm selling or where I'm going, but sure, I'm gonna do it. I just kind of last minute looped in. But I'm so grateful I did it, because it's pushing me out of my comfort zone as far as branding my own self, and it's almost helping me, because I want to launch artist consulting by the end of this year. Full blown on the side, get paid for what I do.
Yeah.
And it's helping me launch that, because it's pushing me outside of my comfort zone. It's having me choose what messages I want to see to people. Think about my ideal customer and client. It's actually my engagement with my social media has gone up a much, just from these guidelines. Essentially, every day he'll post something in this Facebook group and say this is what we're doing today. So Alex mentioned that post about my artist. That day we had talk about on your journey and thank them, and then kind of explain how you want to be that for other people. One day we had to show gratitude. I had to do a carousel with some ideal clients.
Cool.
So to do tips for new artists. So it's really actually helping me create really great content just by having a little bit of guidance. And it's been amazing for me so far. It's just pushing outside my comfort zone.
Awesome.
I still owe him an Instagram live though. I chickened out on that one.
That's awesome. I see a lot of his people that joined. They're on my timeline and they're making comments about it. And so I was wondering exactly what it was. But I've seen other people say, "Oh my God, this really, has helped me, push me to do this today. I would have never done this every day." So
same. You think you're doing I thought I was doing a pretty good job on social. I'm I stay active, I post, I engage, but this is pushing it.
Yeah, you make me want to join his next challenge.
They're doing one in July. You should. You definitely should. It's so worth it. And the community's super cool, because there's a Facebook group behind it, and all of us are kind of we'll be oh, we're someone to do this, or how does this look, or I've actually met some really great people. It's almost a networking group on top of it, because you're meeting people in all these different industries.
Alex, did you do it?
No, I didn't.
Let's do it in July.
I was gonna wait and see. I was gonna jump on. I was gonna do it. Me, I always do everything that with the team. But I just I just didn't. I was let me just check it out, whatever. I don't want to dedicate myself to something and then fall out of it. So I said, let me just
My
see what
July
it
is
is.
gonna be crazy,
and
but I'll
stuff
do
like
it.
that.
Fuck it, let's
So
do
It's
it.
honestly not that bad. If you can dedicate like
yeah,
a half
I mean,
hour to it,
I
and
pretty
these
much
are super
understood
quick.
what it
Oh,
was.
okay, that's easy. That's easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You can
pretty
do
much
that.
understood what it was from the get go. You know, I sent a text when he first sent that out, and
Yeah.
you know, I got all the information back, and you know, like so before like 2 weeks before it started and stuff like that. So I pretty much what we was gonna do when we had our first meeting at Bamboo Detroit before the COVID hit.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is, because that's how he was breaking it down. And you were there, right, with the
I was
first
there,
meeting?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me, you, and and Mo and
I need to do it.
Dante.
I think it's cool,
So,
but I need
yep.
to do a 30-day non-masturbation session.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well,
I think
we'll
that'd be a
root for
good
you on that
idea.
one.
I won't
yeah.
say if I'm gonna join that or not right now, but I'll just leave that up in the air.
I'm gonna
Alex is
pass
bowing
on that
out. Alex is
one.
bowing out.
I'm sorry, Alicia.
Yeah, I already put
This is
myself
where
in
we go down the tunnel.
today.
So.
It's
Listen,
all right. I'll
you tell
never
people.
forget.
Listen, they're mad at you, Alex. You tell people you masturbate to get
Like,
rid of
hey,
toxins in your
you try
body,
doing this
right?
challenge for 30 days, right?
It's like a cleanse. Masturbating is like a cleanse, right?
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah. let the
There you go.
let,
Justify that.
That's that guy right there.
let the poison go.
Let the poison go. Let the poison
Release
go.
the demons, right?
That sounds
Release-
dangerous. Let the poison go. I'm scared of you.
Poison.
Motherfucker, I'm scared of you.
Scared of you.
Scurry.
Oh, at least we come to a point.
Yeah.
So
You guys are
where
crazy.
I ask you a question, Alex asks you a question, Tori asks you a question, and that's pretty easy. But and then we're gonna wrap it up for you. So here you go. So my first question is, when you think about success, what comes to mind and why?
For sure. So when I think about success, it would be controlling my time and happiness. Like those are the two things that I associate with success. I know a lot of people associate money, which obviously I want money, love money. I hustle all the time. But being able to control my time, like I've been tied to a 9-to-5, and I'm blessed to have a 9-to-5 that I actually like right now. But at the end of the day, like I want to be able to control my time. That's true success for me. And then happiness, like the end goal is to be happy, like doing what I love, giving back, adding contributions to the industry, and finding ways to give back to the city, and just living in that truth and being happy. Like that's how I would define.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I don't know who wants to go next.
Go ahead, Alex.
I'll go. If you, I'm a big collaboration guy. I love collaboration. So if you can have Paris collaborate with any other artist, male or female, right now in the industry, who would it be?
Definitely J. Cole.
Okay, damn.
I think their sounds would complement each other.
I thought you was
so
gonna
well.
say Machine Gun Kelly, but okay.
They are not
yeah?
on the same page. I would love to like work on a tour for Machine Gun Kelly, but I don't think that'd be the right collab at all. That would come out real weird. I know that would come out real weird.
Okay.
Definitely J. Cole. I think J. Cole would bring certain parts out of Paris. He's definitely like an idol for Paris as well, so that moment in itself would be dope. I just think their sounds will complement each other like crazy.
Right. Damn. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so my original question was similar to Alex's, so I'm switching it up. What advice would you give somebody wanting to pursue a career like yours in the management industry?
To be patient. To definitely be patient, because it has been a long 5 years. I think a lot of people would have bowed out by now, being in some situations I've been in, and not seeing this instant success. But like at this point, like I've been patient, I've waited, and I'm right there before it's really about to take off. You know, so definitely patience is number one. And the other thing is like you have to step outside of your comfort zone. There were years where I stood in the back of the room, scared as shit to talk, did not belong in these rooms, couldn't even walk through them. Like that's literally where I started. Like and I knew people in there, but not enough. But like I didn't feel like I was there yet, so I would just stand and watch. Like I know that sounds crazy, but eventually I started walking in rooms like I own them. Like it took so much time though to get there. Especially being so out of your element, like you have to like know that you're gonna push yourself outside your comfort zone a lot.
Right.
Right.
A lot. And you have to be willing to do that.
Yeah, and I bet you
Great
now
advice.
I bet you now you just walk in the room like, hey, listen.
I do honestly.
You know what I mean?
I've
command the room. But you know what? And that's crazy because that reminds me of what you saying that, like, you know, me we always tell a story, our famous Biz Marquee story when we were DJing and we met him. But like it just really blew my mind. And at the time I was like, gosh, what I like 17, 18. And you know, and my cousin, maybe 19, and my cousin just walked up to Biz Marquee and was just like, hey man, what's up, man? You know, what are you doing in town?
Right.
Like just, you know, real and like he like just a real people person. And I was just like, damn, like I didn't expect him to do that, but that's just and I was just like, damn, like wow, you know, like that. And those are little things like that. It just made me kind of look up to him like, wow, you know. And you, like you said, you step out of your comfort zone and stuff. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, but like I think I found like myself through this journey, which is also so cool because I'm not the same person I was when I started. So pushing myself outside my comfort zone in this industry actually helped me in like my 9 to 5s and all this because I stopped caring what people thought.
Right.
Which was hard, but
yeah, it's hard.
I'm there now. I truly don't care.
Right.
But if you would have told me that years ago, I would have been like, no, like I can't be doing that. I can't be going on live or posting the things I post now or just walking in some rooms. Like, I got to go to Rock Nation and like I had to walk in there like I could not be scared. You know what I mean? Like I could not be scared.
Right.
I was gonna walk in this room, but like it was all those experiences and just adding up and figuring it out that just.
Go ahead, Connie. Want to ask your question or call in?
Yeah, Connie, ask a question.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I know, I know Amber. Well, we had Amber Boone on not long ago, and I know she's been like she's a good friend of yours, and I'm sure she's very a big inspiration and stuff because she dealt with some artists herself and stuff like that. So like, is there anything that you learned from her or that she taught you?
Yeah,
throughout
all for sure. She's one that taught me to like just keep going. Like, actually, I paid for a class. That's how I met her and Rob. I paid for a class, and I was one of 2 people that signed up for the class. But I was there every week, and I ended up getting like a really good friend and Rob. Like I wasn't on Rob's team prior to that. And meeting them was incredible.
Nice.
I'm so glad to like where that went. But Amber is one, like she has so much going on all the time, and I watch her journey and her story, and I know a lot about like her backstory too, and watching just how far she's come and what she overcomes on the daily is like so inspirational. Like I told her, we did a women's podcast with Bob for International Women's Day, and I told her, I said, when I'm tired at the end of the day and I'm like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to get this test done, I was like, I literally think about you and how much you accomplish each day, like taking care of baby.
What would Amber do? What would
having
Amber do?
multiple jobs, and she gets it, dude, and she's like working out now like crazy, and that's one of the things I'm trying to add. I'm like watching her stories in the morning, like get out of bed, go work out. Like she just inspires all the time, and I just think she's such
hard
a dope.
not to wake up. It's hard not to get on social media and see her.
She's always inspiring me.
Like, I'm for sure. She's a machine. She's machine. Very inspiring.
Connie's got a question.
Yeah, she wants to know where I'll see myself in 5 years.
Yeah, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Honestly, I think I used to answer that question and think I knew where I was headed. But my journey has changed so much over the last 5 years. I definitely see myself being an entrepreneur in the next 5 years, like 100%. I have too many things launching this year. So many ideas. Like I think I'll be definitely for myself by then. I would love to see myself in Paris in a partnership with the labels because we still want to remain independent. But in a partnership with Rock Nation, that's one of my goals. I definitely want to like own a home in a different city. I love Detroit, but I also want to wake up around palm trees.
Hey, that's a beautiful thing, having a palm tree outside your bedroom window.
So that's one of the goals. I want to wake up to palm trees. Really just thriving in my purpose, like fully. Yeah, exactly. Like fully driving in my purpose in 5 years. Like no more, nothing holding me back. Control of
No more
that
playing
that free
small.
time. Exactly. And I really want to be like a name in this industry. Like I want people to pay attention, and I want to grow so much by then that they can't not pay attention. You know?
Right.
Right.
So,
Well, you definitely got a gem. I mean,
So-
you got,
So,
Need
oh,
got a
I'm
gem
sorry,
in your
Jared.
back
Can I
pocket.
ask this question? So, you said that you do consulting, or that you plan to do consulting?
I mean, I take calls right now if people need me, but moving forward, I'm gonna like launch official like office hours and consulting, so people can just like go on my website and book time with me. It'll be up
Nice.
at the end of the year.
Nice.
So, if an artist needs to find you, or if anybody else needs to find you, they find Alicia at.
Instagram's probably the best one, but you can add me on Facebook as well. My name's the same on both, Alicia Aloisi. Spelled exactly like if you see it, it's shown on the screen.
It is.
Okay.
Mhm.
Exactly like just that, just at Alicia Aloisi. So it's ALICIA on it.
And then once again, where do they find Paris at?
At Paris with 2 I's, so PARIS_Noel, NOEL on Instagram.
Perfect.
There he is.
Let's get him on the show. Maybe,
Sure.
maybe around right before his release.
Absolutely.
So definitely text me afterwards. Give me a date in July, and we can have him on the show. And
sure.
we'll chop it up with him. So we appreciate you coming on the show. I know you got a yard sale going on.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'll let you.
Oh, girl, that's a whole ass job in
Man.
itself.
Tony
What
about
are you
to
doing
fly
on
down
here
here
with
right
us,
now.
man?
Tony
Whoo,
about to fly down here.
shit. Okay,
If it-
I'm on my way right damn now.
If anybody's in the Downriver area and they need some stuff, I don't know if you want to tell people where they can find you, but
He's
you know,
like, nah,
I'm not blasting my address.
just leave it on the block.
Yeah,
Leave it on the
don't do that, girl. Don't do that.
look for
Thank
some.
you, though, Alicia, so much for coming on and taking the time. I really appreciate it. Though.
I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Thanks again.
Yes,
love.
thank you.
Hey,
Keep up the great work. Keep working
Yes.
hard.
Thank you guys. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yes, keep shining, girl. Keep shining.
bye bye.
Sure.
Bye,
Have
guys.
a great day.
Bye.
She was originally supposed to come out in February, but she works Saturday, so it makes a challenge. So she told me originally when we talked in, I think it was in May, she said, I'm not working this Saturday, so we'll
Listen, I give it up to her, because having a yard sale, okay, that shit is stressful as fuck. I'm not
Especially when
doing
it's
no
90
podcast
degrees.
that day.
Especially-
Right?
It's hot as hell right now.
that's
Especially
a
when-
whole ass-
especially when the old lady comes, how much for this? And you say $10. How about
I
$1?
give you 3. I give you 3. Bitch,
Yeah,
what?
Bitch,
Do you
but-
go to CVS when they say, "Oh, your total is 10," and you say, "I give you 3"? No, fucking it's 10.
Three.
I wrote it 10 because I wanted 10 for it. It was
Right,
regularly 50. It's a yard sale. I want 10. I buy good shit.
Right.
Maybe, how about the people that listen? How about the people? Oh man, you be writing it down right. It is clearly a great deal. Like you're selling like $300
Right.
boots for like $12, right?
Like my
They're
neighbors.
gonna look at you and go, yeah, no, okay, you know what? I don't want it. Like they're trying to punk you out. Then they walk around your yard sale a couple more times, waiting to see if you're gonna catch the bait. No, motherfucker, the price just went up.
Right.
It's now 16. Can't stand them people. Can you see I yard sale a lot?
Yeah.
Right. And most of the people, they buy shit, or I'll say 50%, they buy it to resell it themselves.
Right.
They
You know?
do. Yeah. When I was in
Especially the
Michigan
older
last.
people.
Oh man, when I was in Michigan last, I have a storage unit there, and I did a storage unit sale. And the characters that came, you have people that like husband and wife teams that come, and they only just they come for just
my
certain
God.
yard stuff,
I can
right?
imagine you on Storage Wars. Jesus.
Oh shit! Or telling you, or people that come just for metal, and they're picking it up and they're like trying to weigh it. They have these like little things that they clasp it on. Like,
Right.
are you about to just buy my shit to go scrap it? No, no, you can't have that. It's fucking
Right.
bullshit.
So I'm going to go down this tunnel. So I got to ask the question. I was having a conversation conversation with somebody the other day, and they said they were saying all Latin men are circumcised, and I want to know. I got questions. She said, "You didn't know that?" And I was like, "Well, no, I'm Catholic. I'm circumcised. I don't know. I didn't make that decision when I was born. I didn't
He
say
said all Latin men are not
He
circumcised.
said I didn't make that decision. Right.
I didn't make
Kind
that.
of out of my hands.
It was out of my hands. When I was born, they just snipped me, right?
Right.
I gotta know.
My hands.
It's like, all Latin men are not circumcised. I said, so you got to pull back the cheese or what? What's going on? Tell me.
Ew. What?
But
Hey, man,
why?
thank you for ruining cheese for me. Oh my god.
I love cheese. Why would you do that to cheese?
Oh my goodness.
Fuck.
How dare you? You son of a
I call it a
bitch.
sweater neck. It's like a sweater neck.
Sweater
It gets
neck.
pulled down. You just gotta make
That's
sure there's
even
no
grosser.
lint. Make sure there's no lint in the sweater neck.
So,
Or it's like
huh?
listen, that is the worst selfie of a dick pic to ever get. Let me just put that out there. I thought, I got one. I'm like, is that an elbow? What the fuck
Oh
did you
my
just send me a
God.
picture of? I didn't know what it was. And then I realized, I was like, oh, damn, why would you send that to me?
That's
Because it gets little at the bottom. You know what I mean? You're like trying to figure out what the fuck that is.
Got all this neck on it and thing. And it's like mush. Like it's just like a melted candle. Why do you send me a picture of a melted ass candle? Bad.
wow. That's a good one right there. The melted
If
candle.
I want to see it, I'll let you
What in
know.
the
Don't
world?
send that to me. Don't send that to me. I want to see it
Oh
when he's
my
looking. When
God.
pull it back or something.
The
Don't and
melted
clean
candle.
it.
Pull it back.
That's a
Pull it
t-shirt.
back.
The melted
I gotta
candle.
ask from a woman: circumcised or uncircumcised?
Oh, circumcised. The uncircumcised
Both.
is weird.
A little bit of both or what?
No,
I don't know.
honestly.
Is that even possible? I don't know.
Okay,
Connie's
so
like,
it's terrible.
Oh man.
Okay, so I hear both arguments, right? I'm in a lot of women's groups. I'm in a lot of nasty women's groups. So they just be talking foul as hell, right? Or
the MILF, are you in a MILF group?
Oh, so I heard from somebody, and I'm not going to name names.
Of course.
He said a family. He said, well, you get more, it's more sensitive and it feels better uncircumcised. And I'm like, oh, okay.
For him or for her, it feels better.
For him.
Oh, well, of course he would say that. Typical man. It feels great for me. Like, what? No, I don't know. Like the man. So the uncircumcised from the uncircumcised. Connie said, like you playing peekaboo. Listen, don't ever do. Sorry, mom and dad, if you're listening. But so the uncircumcised, it's like, why would you want to put that jelly? It's like mush in your mouth. Like, why did you want to do that? I can't get past the thought. Okay. So I never really graduated past into like
Sweet
the
Jesus.
second, the second base of putting the dick in your mouth, because the whole thought of the mushy skin and in your mouth, like, I can't.
Hey,
I just can't.
I only got one thing to say. Never give up.
Never give up. No, motherfucker. No. We're going to have an adult circumcision. We're going to get this taken care of if you want to fuck with me. Because I don't know. But then some women, I've heard, I've read their comments and they say, "Ooh, all that skin feels so good in there."
Ew.
What? Right.
What?
Ew. Like, I don't know.
That says a lot about her.
They say
That says a lot about her.
They say it hits different. I personally, I know that just you got to be very clean for you not to get any kind of infections or any kind of bacteria, because urine, lint, lotions, all that gets trapped in that fucking flap. Like, what? It's just too much for me. I don't want to be like wondering when it gets hard, when he pulls it back, if there's a lint ring or like Drake said a cheese ring. Ugh. I can't even. Oh man,
so-
what's up?
You know what? I take all
Feeling
this stuff
all- I
back
feel
about
some
driving
types of way.
women driving trucks. I take it all back. God bless all you women. Jesus.
Listen, okay, let me say this. You know, I've seen there's men that, and it's not all men, but you know, you go down there and you're like, oh, his nut, there's a little smell, right? So imagine being uncircumcised. What that smell? Does it smell like a dirty belly button? Like, what is the
Wow.
smell? If anybody knows, I need you to
Nasty.
call in because uncircumcised penis smell like a dirty belly button. And I'm sorry if I'm I'm not really sorry if I'm offending anybody that's listening that doesn't have a circumcised. That's just weird. I don't know. Maybe it works for some people.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I do. You want to know.
So
I don't know. Maybe I'm just
What
not
is the word on the
experienced
street
enough in it.
when it comes
Maybe
to
maybe it's
circumcision and belly
okay.
buttons?
Maybe I just don't. I'm just not experienced enough to know, right? And
Right.
the couple experience I did have were terrible. So,
Hmm.
when you say what, you got to roll it up like
Man, that sounds like another story.
like a
for
roll
another
up?
day.
honestly, I think it was all in my head too. I couldn't get past certain things.
Right.
I didn't want to know. I was like,
Oh, I can't.
what is that?
What is that?
Yeah. What is that? Why didn't my mom tell me about this? What is that?
Yeah.
Why didn't I? Oh,
That's not what that's supposed to. Is something wrong? That's not what that's supposed to look like. Did you have an accident?
Yeah.
And then I realized, they didn't cut the skin.
They didn't get the chop. They didn't get the chop.
It's just the skin. Okay, here's the thing.
Is it Latin men or is what is it? Because she said it's all Latin men. I said, no, bitch, I'm certain.
I've seen a Latin penis before. I've seen a Latin penis. Even I have.
You're like, I'll show you right now.
I have some gay friends that are gay friends that are gay. That didn't even make sense. I have some gay friends that are Latin. My brain is that damn vaccine shot got my brain all over.
No, hey,
I can't even form words.
I was.
Congratulations on getting your vaccine
last week too. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, first shot. But let me finish my gay Latin thing first. So I've seen you know, my gay friends who are Latin, they obviously have penises and they're all circumcised. So I don't know. I think it's maybe an other thing. But here's one other question. So does the amount of skin vary? Like, could it be like a lot of skin?
A lot of skin, yeah.
Ooh, okay. Let's get off this topic now. I just needed to know that.
What do you mean? Let's drop this topic. I want to know.
So you got your first shot, Tori? That was the first one?
I did. I got my first shot. On a whim. We were out and about shopping, and Dominic said, this has really been heavy. Yeah, he's like, this has really been weighing heavy on me. We need to get this done. And I'm like,
that's
calm
good.
down, right?
He spoke up.
And
that's
then like an hour later, he's like, he's literally getting wisdom teeth pulled, like, and the next morning, and he tells me, stop by Walgreens. Are we gonna go by Walgreens? And I'm like, why do you keep asking to go to Walgreens? Like, what the fuck do you need? I got a million products in the house.
Right.
And he's like, the shot. And I'm like, all right, seriously, we're going to do this right now? He's like, Walgreens is on the way home. I'm like, man, you've really been thinking about this, huh?
Right.
He's like,
just wanted to get it out the way. That's kind of how I felt.
Yeah, he's like, if you do it this amount, he had it all down to a science. He's like, if you do this amount, you only got 21 days. We leave for Michigan in 20-something days. We have just enough time to get them both in.
That's why he was like, let's go right now.
I said, he's so calculated. He's my Libra baby. He's so calculated.
That's good, though. I'm glad you guys got it, though. That's awesome.
So next thing you know, I'm texting Drake. I'm like, I'm in line getting a COVID shot.
Shot.
Sweet.
Yeah, and
older men are, I guess, are uncircumcised. Well, I don't know, Connie. No offense, but are you talking about 7-year-olds? Who are you fucking with? I want to know.
Oh man, you're in trouble. 70-year-old.
What the fuck? Tell me now.
Yeah, it's true. It's
the
true.
wax candle.
So though, hang on. Let's take this back. Not to the vaccine, to the older men. So yeah, I've seen older penis, and they didn't have a lot of skin. So I just thought it was just an old penis. But now that I think about it,
I think it's an old penis.
Yeah, it was not circa. It was not. Well, I mean, it's attached to an old body. It's an old. what's going on? Listen,
I'm
okay.
gonna have a
we
nightmare
do
tonight,
things.
and I can't eat cheese today. Jesus.
Your age. Hey, honey, I'm on my 30s.
He said no for
Well,
you.
Listen, when I was younger,
I'm really
I used to
showing
go
my
on,
age
I
wearing
used
this
to
damn
go on
shirt.
dates with a lot of older men. You know why? They don't want to have sex. They can't get it up.
She said joking mid-50s.
50s, yeah, 50s. I don't know. No, I mean, I could think, to like my parents' age or whatever, they probably didn't do it, right? That
They didn't
generation.
do what? Circumcise? Or do
Circumcised.
sex?
No,
Oh.
So I think, in the 70s and 80s, I thought that was normal, you know what I mean? To get the chop. I don't know.
Right.
The chop.
And the chop.
Yeah, I didn't know what that shit was about when I was younger. I was scared. What the fuck? Cutting what off? What? Okay.
Hey, what vaccine did you guys get?
I got the Moderna.
I got the Pfizer.
I got the Pfizer.
That's what my mother got.
So let me ask you a question, because I know none of us are Jewish. So when you hit a certain age and they give you the chop at like 12, and I think, they cut your brisk, or what they say. Why do they do it? Why do they?
Wait. What? Hold on. I gotta
breathe.
Google brisk. I know what it
Brisk.
means, but
I'm thinking tea. Brisk is tea.
So no, I'm talking about
Brisk like brisket? Brisket is delicious.
But I think when you get
fast. Gotcha. Okay.
when you get circumcised as a Jewish man, I think they do it at 11 or 12, and I think that's pretty painful.
Oh man.
Oh, really?
Hey, I'm kicking someone's ass.
Because I think once they give the cut, that means they're a man. They're a man.
Like, hey man, just leave it.
Manhood.
Oh.
Leave the tarp on, bro. Just leave the tarp on. I'm good.
If anybody knows, let me.
He said, "Leave the tarp on."
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Can't.
I'm like, no, I'm I
Leave
already
the
got
tarp on. I'm gonna keep my cape. Thanks.
Okay, let me read it. Yeah, brisk. There it is. It says it right here.
My fucking fat ass thought you meant brisket. I was like, I was like, that shit sounds good.
Man.
I want some brisket.
Yeah, it says what is circumcised. It tells you, like, yeah, it's part of their religion. Yeah, you get the fucking brisk cut over there.
Oh, that sounds fun at 12.
Yeah.
What'd you do? What are you doing this weekend? Going to see a movie, getting snipped,
Getting a brisk chop. Getting a brisk chop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Religion dated back 4,000 years ago. The first
anxiety leading up to that has to be just a killer for that kid.
Yeah, that's
so is that like cutting like the tripe, like when you're making menudo, or I mean, like,
ew,
you know what I mean? Like at 12 years old, man, like
that's what it is.
I'm ruining menudo. Jesus,
it's a coming out.
I was thinking that, Connie. It's like the quinceañera.
Yeah, it's
hell no, the coming out party. Wow.
Yeah, it's part of their religion. So I don't know for me, if I'm 12 and my parents say, "Hey, we're getting you circumcised next week,"
I'm running away.
Fuck that. Can I just get a PlayStation 5 instead, Mom? I really don't want my dick chopped. I just want a couple new games. Yeah, Can we not do this? I'm on my way to Mexico.
Yeah, it says it's a right of puberty or fertilization. I can't even talk.
I'll be the one to break the mold.
Manhood, the age of 12. So it says at the age of 12 or 13, but it's a tribal rather than a religious practice. So
what is
I'll be like, can we wait till I'm like 24?
Have to do with fertilization?
I just keep putting it off. Can we wait till I'm 24? Yes,
Connie. It's literally the wiener is coming out.
I want to do it for my 24th birthday. Can we?
So I don't know. Like, I know in different cultures, maybe in Africa they cut your nipples off. I don't know what the case is. This is crazy, right? So I have
today. You guys are out of fucking control.
I have a family member, a crazy family member.
What in the world?
And I heard my dad tell me this story. He said his fucking dick was swollen up like a fucking a orange. And somehow it got infected because he wasn't circumcised, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't circumcised. So he had to get it circumcised at 12.
I'll drink to that.
He said it was very painful.
Wow.
Oh man.
Sounds like it.
Oof. I can't even imagine.
I ain't cut you in.
My mom said that
Or
when
I
they're
could just
Jewish,
cut you.
when they're Jewish, they get circumcised on their 8th day, on the 8th day of their birth.
Okay.
What's the 8th significance
That's still
for?
too long.
I got so many questions now.
As soon as I come out, just cut, man. Just cut.
Just cut. Yeah, just snap it.
Get this shit over with.
Just snap it.
Oh,
Or
thank
take
you,
that
Mom and
shit
Dad.
back.
So
Right?
Mom and Dad.
I know.
When I did the kids, I felt so, you feel bad. You're like, fuck. Or, I don't know.
Right.
Some parents don't think that you should do that because it's like, oh, this is natural. That's putting them through all this pain. They're going to thank you later in life. Because, besides the cosmetic look of it, like I said, I'm over here poking fun. But the health risks, like you said, Drake, of infection is so broad or so vast that I don't think that that's worth it, especially nowadays, like all the different things that are out there. And
right.
I don't know.
Shit, I'll be like, leave that shit.
I remember
from COVID or something. Shit,
I remember.
Just leave it.
Let me just pull this up and protect me from COVID. You just pull the.
I remember a story. As a kid,
sleeping bag.
When you're playing, if you got to go pee, you got to go pee, right? So you just fucking whip out your pecker, pee on a tree. Right. And I think I was with a group of guys. A lot of them were older. I think there was a Mexican guy there, and they looked over my Puerto Rican brother, and they saw, we didn't know. I didn't know. I was like 9,
right.
Extra skin, and he was just like, "What's wrong with your pecker?" And he goes, "I don't know."
He said, "I don't know what."
Because you don't know, like you just are born with this extra skin.
Right. I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. But I think that's funny because as you growing up, you're like, I guess he was uncircumcised, right? So that's what that extra skin was. And you thought something, like you said, you thought something was wrong when you got that picture. You're like, what's wrong? What's wrong with his dick?
Look at yourself and be like, damn, am I okay? Shit.
I'm okay. Yeah. I got a normal dick.
Right. No,
I never had that comparison when I was younger, so I could see. No, I could totally see how that could be like traumatizing for a kid.
Right.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh my God.
Now my son's gonna be like, why are you gonna all day today? Why are you asking me questions if I've seen uncircumcised dick before?
Is he listening? Is he watching?
No, I'm in my room. Yeah, I got my door shut.
When you're talking about a female, there's different coochies, right? There's the innie, there's the outie, there's the lippy, there's all kinds of.
There's a chart. Did you guys see the chart?
Yeah, there's a whole chart of what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a chart. Oh, Alex, are you getting queasy? You okay?
I gotta get one of those charts on my wall then.
Yeah, there's the roast beef. There's so many different ones.
Oh man, come on.
Yeah, there's the curtain, the hanging curtain.
The hanging curtain.
That's enough with the belly.
Hey, how you guys like a blue waffle? You know what a blue waffle is?
Oh my God.
So Alex,
listen. If you want to, don't
my
eat.
Ex-wife
but if
brought
you want to
that
Google
up like
it.
15 years ago, and I still have nightmares of that. Please stop.
Yeah, well, if any of our listeners want to go ahead and.
I want to know, Alex, what do you prefer? Do you like the little meat hanging? Do you like the innie, the outie? What do you like?
He said, "There's the fatty." Yeah, Connie.
It don't matter.
He said it don't matter.
He said it don't matter.
As it's clean and as long as it's clean and doesn't have a scent.
No, it's not that something that
I don't discriminate, bro.
You don't discriminate.
Her pH
take care of
right.
yourself.
Yeah, you don't
Get
discriminate.
Your pH right, lady. He don't discriminate.
Unless you drive a truck. No, I'm just playing. I'm joking.
I don't know.
No, you're not. No,
you're
not.
Stop. You gotta stop using these deli phrases though. Roast beef, cheese. Come on, you're killing me, bro. Sometimes after the show, I like to have a sandwich and chips, and you're ruining that. My God.
I like a little meat hanging. I can bite people on it.
Ew, you like a meat hanger?
Oh, Walgreens.
It's Walgreens.
What?
They're looking for me.
Like, you were the 100th customer to get your vaccination.
Listen, I saw death. Okay, I had to cancel with you guys on Wednesday.
Right.
She was really sick.
I
No,
I was
said,
mad.
going to this. I know. I like definitely
Yeah, Drake, go pick up your scripts already.
like a little meat hanging a little bit. Just not too much. Not like the fucking, like
an octopus or what?
but just
Like looking like the octopus at Game 7 at a Rebels Game 7 or what?
pull on it a little bit.
Pull. Ow, don't ever pull on it. It is not meant to be pulled on. You don't pull on it. No, ow, my whole everything just like went right up inside when you said pull on it. I was like, oh, shit, no.
Pull on it, bite
Oh,
No,
man.
don't pull on it. You can suck on it, lick on it. Don't pull on it. Damn, that's not, no. You get stacked up, you pull on it.
I gotta ask, Alex, have you ever been with a woman where there were just extra, like the whole like roast beef curtains hanging?
Love to ask
You
Alice.
said the roast beef curtains. Is it roast beef or is it curtains? Which one is
It's
it?
a combo. It's a combo, Alex.
The combo meal.
Been with one girl like that.
It's a combo meal.
I mean, I don't know
bet
what
you
that
there
means.
is.
I mean, like,
Did you pull them over your head?
like her insides hanging out. I don't know. It wasn't that bad, but
Did you pull them over your head?
no, you don't pull on a man. She just told you don't pull on that shit. What's wrong with you?
No, ow, damn.
Oh,
Come here,
don't never
bitch.
pull on it, man, unless you're using your teeth.
Lightly. It's not a tug. It's not a tug.
Did you like flick it? I mean, anything special? Or
No.
Y'all are abusive to the vulva, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Mm.
I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does, but
Hey, I love
nice
when
to her.
you
You
I
have to
show.
be
don't
nice
flick
to
nothing. I don't
her.
pull nothing. You know what I mean?
Flick.
I love
it. I caress it.
I love
Nice.
it.
There you go.
I don't
There
pull on
you
shit,
go.
man.
Yeah, don't do that.
I love choking a woman and give me her safe word. What the hell? What's wrong?
Damn. God bless you.
Roast beef.
Right. Oh my God.
What if she yelled out roast beef during that? They would ruin everything.
Wouldn't it?
Like, oh,
Roast.
you a dirty girl.
Pretty girl.
The old folded bologna.
Mhm.
Oh, y'all crazy.
You made me say it.
Back to your vaccine. So Wednesday, you said
God.
you feel terrible, and feels like you said a truck hit you. Was it that bad?
Terrible.
Terrible.
My arm
Charles Barkley, terrible.
terrible. My arm was sore when I
Right.
first got it done, and then later on that night, I got it done at around 2:30. Then, like a couple hours later, I started to feel like just kind of slow, but I was
Right,
sore,
right.
like my neck and my arm were stiff. So I laid down because I was feeling slow, and I woke up to feeling like my entire body was like when you have a stiff neck, but my whole body,
Right.
my
Yeah.
fingertips, my eyelids were stiff. Like everything
Damn.
on me, my fucking teeth hurt. Okay. Then, which is crazy because Dom had not one symptom.
Not even the
Um,
second day? Not even like the second day?
Oh no. So
Wow.
no.
Damn.
No, but he
Everybody's
had wisdom
different.
teeth pulled. He was focusing on his wisdom teeth, but he
Right.
didn't have
So that
no
was like-
symptoms.
That just erased
Nothing.
the shot, right?
He went
right,
outside and pulled the day before he got the night before he got his wisdom teeth pulled out. He was outside pulling down palm trees. Like he was out there
Damn.
doing yard work.
Right.
Yeah, he's a
Damn.
beast. He's a beast.
Shit.
So I woke up body stiff. Next thing you know, I had to take him somewhere in the morning. We had to leave at like 6 a.m., right? By like 8 a.m., I am ice cold shivering. I'm so cold. I was like, let's go get something to eat.
I
right?
had the symptoms like that too after my second shot. I was like,
I'm
hell's wrong?
taking my cup of hot tea that the waitress brought me, and I'm sticking it on my arm, and I'm holding it like like it's life, right? And I'm like, oh man, by the time my food made it to the table, I took 2 bites. I couldn't taste anything. I like my bacon taste gross. When does bacon ever taste gross, right? My orange juice was meh. I said, wrap it up. I felt so bad for the waitress because she was like looking at me like, what's wrong with our food? We have really good food here. By the time I made it home, I think I told Drake it was the longest 28-minute drive of my entire fucking life. I crashed in my bed, and before I knew it, I had full-blown fever, pouring sweat, freezing. I woke up with a little cough. My whole body was hurting. I laid in bed like that and slept for like 14 hours.
That's all I wanted to do. That's what I did. And as soon as I did the show with you guys,
dizzy,
I went straight to the pillow again.
I set my alarm to tell Drake. I was like, I can't do this. So he's like, okay, if you want to pop on for a few minutes, that's fine. And I felt so bad because I watched that whole damn Tyson documentary and all of that, and I wanted to talk about it, right?
Right.
So I'm like, okay. So I laying in my bed, and I'm like, I'm just gonna pop on from my bed. Fuck it. Like that's how fucking bad it was. I was willing to do the show sitting in my bed, right?
That's funny you say that because I thought about
I
thought about doing the same thing, and I was like, you know what? Let me just get up and just do this shit.
I tried.
Get it over with.
I set my phone next to me, and I'm listening, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go on, right? Next thing you know, I pass out. You guys talking in my ear, right? And that was it. And I woke up to the broadcast was over, and I'm pouring sweat, and Dom's like standing over me with a glass of water, like, "Are you alive?" And it was.
That second one's gonna be a doozy then.
Doozy.
Really?
The second one
it's
for
gonna
me
be
was,
worse.
No, it would be better. It's
the second one was worse for me.
She had COVID.
Were you okay? Wait. Were you bad? So I have COVID, but it wasn't confirmed.
The first
COVID.
shot is the worst if you had COVID,
So
and it's for people that didn't have COVID.
I mean, everybody's different. You'll find out when
So I had a sinus infection that was literally felt like death, and so maybe it was COVID. I took a COVID test when that happened, and it was inconclusive. And they said, well, we treat inconclusive as positive anyways because we're treating everybody as positive.
To be on the safe side,
right. So I don't know, but after what I felt the other day.
Right.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's how
it could only get better, right?
First shot, and then it was okay.
It has to get better because I'm so scared to take the second one now. That shit was awful. I'm still feeling the effects. Not nearly as bad, but yesterday my skin was like sweaty to the touch, and I had a headache all day, and my fingers still hurt. I had energy though. But the more energy I had, the more sweaty I was. I took like 3 showers yesterday. It was gross.
I love sweat.
Ew. How about this? Okay. That's gross. Just thinking of that. And this might be TMI, but my sweat and my urine smelled funny.
Yeah.
Like I don't think, right? Okay, I don't think. I'm all about some good smells, and my sweat it wasn't like when you go to the gym sweat. You know what your sweat smells like. Everybody has a scent, right? It had a different scent to it, and my urine when I went pee in the morning, I'm like, what in the fuck is that? Holy shit. And it wasn't like a stank crotch
That's
smell.
Crazy
it
when
was
you
like
shock yourself
a radioactive smell,
right?
It was like a radioactive, the pee. I know y'all take antibiotics before when you pee, they got the funky pee smell, right? Okay. That ain't got nothing on that. I literally looked at the toilet like, motherfucker, is there something behind you?
Well, that's like when I take my creatine pills and my the Mega Man, the GNC pills, my pee is like fluorescent, but that's because all the toxins are coming out.
Well,
and stuff, so
I would think that it would have been light, right? Because I have been.
To be honest with you,
predator pee.
I cut you off. Your body can tell you a lot of different things when you take a shit or piss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or it's really dark, you know what I mean? Or if you're if your shit is dark, yeah, it tells you a lot.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
because I think I've told you this story before, but I was raised by a Cuban nanny, and she would always you know what I mean, she's old school. She would definitely look at the urine, look at the shit, and be like, and find out, hey, is he sick?
Did you ever take it to her and be like, hey, can you?
Oh no, she would go look. She'd be like, no. She would tell me,
No, don't flush.
don't flush. Let me see. So
Yeah.
if I told her I didn't feel good, I would right away. You could tell if someone is sick.
Well, that's how I would always try. That's how I always diet things with Zach. Like you could tell so much what was going on with him from his urine.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like I drink a lot of water. That's all I drink. In my coffee cups, it's water, right? And I drank a lot of water that day. And I did drink some orange juice just to try to get some vitamin C in me. But I drink tons of water, and my urine is always light in color. It doesn't have foul smells. Like it's none of that, right? So when that happened, I was alarmed. I'm like, okay, my body's pushing it out. That's good, but this is wild. But also I read that if you don't put a lot of toxins in your body, that it hits you hard like that too. Because I started researching shit in between me waking up. Because I was like, am I dying? Did I just fucking inject myself with this? What? Damn it, Dominic, what'd you have me do at Walgreens? So when I, was reading them, people's different, reactions, because when the pee thing happened, I instantly was like, has anybody else had this? And they say people who don't put a lot of toxins in their body like honestly, like the other night when we went out, I drank, but I pretty much quit drinking. I don't drink anymore. I don't eat fried foods really ever. I've limited a lot of things in my diet and just consumption on things that aren't natural or processed. So when that happened, it was like, man, my body did not like that shit at all. So hopefully it's as 95% effective like they say the Pfizer is, because I earned every percentage of that motherfucker on that first injection. I'm just pray for me, y'all, that the second one ain't like that. And I don't want to, and it sucks because I want to tell my experience, but I don't want to scare people from getting it. Because this is the thing. I felt that, and I'll take that one day over any weeks of that ever. So when you look at it as being shitty, think of having that for more than one day. I couldn't even fucking imagine. Like I don't, and my heart goes out to anybody that experienced that or has passed from COVID that had any of those symptoms. Man, oh Lord, that was some shit. I had to come to Jesus moment.
Come to Jesus.
It was bad. So.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Your next one should be way better.
I'm not 100. I'm not 100, but I'm definitely not where I was that day, and I'm not even not where I was yesterday. Yesterday was rough too with the skin and all that. So yeah, clammy. Like I'm not a sticky my skin is always dry, not dry, but like moisturized, but like not sticky, right? I'm not a sweaty person. I never have been. So that was even I was standing with my two girlfriends yesterday, and we were discussing something, and one went to give me a hug, and I literally went, whoa. And she's like, what? I said, oh girl, you do not want to hug this skin today. It was that bad. I was so self-conscious about it.
Sweat. I like a little sweat with a girl.
Yeah?
Maybe. Yeah, not normal. I'm talking about.
Right. No, this is normal. This is like standing in. Yeah. No, this is like we're in a restaurant. Normal. You just touch me, I'm clammy.
I think you have. I think the sex is really good if you're into it, and you guys are sweating. That's.
Well, yeah, during sex.
But I've been with a girl that you had sex and they don't sweat. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
You're like, why are you so dry, bitch?
Damn.
You need some water? Girl, you need some water? You thirsty?
Yeah.
Your skin is ashy. Was her skin ashy?
Yeah, I think so. Throw a bottle of lotion at her. How you doing there, Alex? Alex is looking at something. So we'll move on. Daughter donates $80,000 80,000. I think 80,000, 80K child support pennies.
Well, there were
Outside.
80,000 pennies, but I think it came out to like 8,000. I think I read $8,000.
Supported pennies dumped outside home by estranged dad. So did you read?
I did, and I thought it was comical. So dad pulls up. It's her 18th birthday. It's her, what is it?
$800.
Oh, it was 800. I thought I read 8,000. It was 8 something, but it was a lump sum of money, right? So it was his last child support payment, 18th birthday. Poor girl says, I didn't even know who it was in the driveway when he pulled up. Some guy pulls up in her driveway because clearly he's estranged and he has nothing to do with the child and he's salty as fuck. And pulls up with the dump truck with the pennies and dumps it on their lawn. And she's like, what in the fuck is going on, right? So mom has to tell her who it is. And the girl, instead of, he thought he was going to get over on them. I guess he yelled, it's my last payment. Woohoo. Like your last child support payment. And all some salty ass shit and drives off like he's a G. So she took the money. The girl took the money and donated it to, I believe it was a battered women's shelter. Okay. And it was like, fuck you. And they put all the pennies in totes and donated them to charity. So they turned this negative, salty, terrible ass, deadbeat dad situation into a positive. So I thought it was pretty cool.
So I hear, and I think it's more of a relationship thing you have with your ex-wife or whatever, ex-girlfriend, baby mama. I think a lot of men probably look forward to, oh my God, I'm done with child support. But if you don't have anything to do with them, I think you get excited, and I don't know why. But my daughter's going to be 18 in 6 months. Yeah, it's going to be my last child support payment to my ex-wife. But, we are having this conversation, college and, buying her car and all that. I'm never going to stop supporting. Maybe the money's not going to go to my ex-wife, but the money's going to go to my daughter now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if she needs something, she's always going to call her father. Hey, Papa, I want that or what. It's never going to stop. So when someone says, oh, my God, fuck that bitch, I made my last payment, I'm like, yeah, but don't you take care of your kids afterwards? Like,
Well, isn't she taking care of your kid anyways?
Yeah. They're always going to be, right?
Yeah, I never got that because that's like saying, okay, say your child support is $500, right?
Right.
So once that kid uses up that $500 in food, clothes, school supplies, driving to doctor's visits, schools, electricity in the house, their bedroom, anything. Do you say, oh, sorry, son, we're going to have to cut the lights out. You done use your daddy's $500. You have no, the mom does support too.
Men out there.
They think that. They think that she's just living on my money, or she does all these things and then they see her with her hair and nails done and they're like, oh, that's my money. Well, she just spent her money on a fridge full of food and gas to get the kid here and swim lessons and karate and a new bike and the ice cream and the McDonald's and wherever the kid wants, right? These new light up shoes that he had to have while she was at Target, whatever the fuck the kid wants. The moms are doing this on a daily basis and then get salty because the dad's got to chip in and do some things. And she's doing morning duties, lunch duties, dinner duties, bedtime duties. Like, come on. I just never got that. And the whole excited about when you turn 18, that's kind of like for me when, I would date and guys would literally ask me, oh, how old are your kids? Oh, they still live with you? And yes, Zach had a condition that made him live with me his entire life.
Right.
But they would question why Dominic lives with me. I never got that, oh, you're 18, bags are on the front porch mentality. I just never did. You can live with me your whole life if that's what you want to do. you're going to be productive in if you can, but I don't know. I just never got that. Be productive, but you can live with me your whole life. Shit, your whole family could come with me. Let's go. I got you all. I don't know. When you're not, you don't stop being a parent at 18.
Yeah.
Financially, emotionally, physically, you just don't.
I think a lot of parents feel that way. You know what I mean?
They do, and it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
Like,
how about you, Alex? How do you feel about the whole child support?
I agree with everything you guys said. There's really nothing else to say except for that. Yeah, I mean, I never thought about that. You know what I mean? Like when it ended with my oldest daughter, I was like, okay. I mean, I just, you know what I mean? Everything's different, man. Everything changes and shit. So the way the parenting and all that shit was, and the way everybody thought about, you know what I mean? Like you said, you had your deadbeat dads and stuff like that, but I always went when my first daughter was born, I took her stuff. I took her clothes. I took her to get stuff. I didn't give her mother money. I did a couple times, but I mean, I just before any shit could start, because I get along. I'm lucky enough to get along with both of my kids' mothers. So I've never gotten in one argument with my firstborn's mother in the 20 years that we've known each other. So I'm very fortunate for that. And I never had a problem with that. We compromise. So
I think every situation is different, right? I think every situation is different, but exactly. And I know some families that co-parent where the dad, he does all the, the child like daycare, right? He pays for the daycare, or he takes the kids. So that's a huge expense. And they need shoes, they need this, they need that. He supplies all of that. It's not a problem. But I know other families who they bicker about the littlest things, and to me it's like I'm not giving you money, and they look at it as supporting the mom and not the child, and I think that that's just crazy. But as to the 18-year-old thing, I think that also depends on the child, because I had recently, well, semi-recently made a post in regards to something similar, staying home to whatever age. And I had different views on there. I had a lot of people that agreed with me in that sense. But then I had another friend who chimed in, and he's like, all my kids were out by 18. They all joined the military, this and that. I teach them that, you be productive, and the way he put it, like, I get your kids are joining the military, but I don't think that means that people who aren't joining the military and that aren't at 18 are less productive. Maybe they're just not mentally mature enough to leave the house at that time, or they might need different guidance. Everybody develops differently, and just because that number 18 hits doesn't mean that person is mentally developed. And the way he put it was like, throw them to the wolves and they'll learn. That is not the way I do things. I'm not setting my child up for failure. If I don't think my child is ready to go out into the world at that age, right at 18, just because their birthday cake said they turned 18, no, that's just setting them up for failures. And then they're like, they got bad credit by 19, and next thing you know, they're stressed out and they're living in a car.
I know. I know you. I think you moved out young.
I did.
I moved out young too, but it was more.
Real young.
It was more defiance. More, I can go do it.
Same.
I moved out at 17. I had an apartment. I thought it was cool. The conversations that I have with my 17-year-old now, I tell her all the time. Like, she's like, I want to move out when I'm 18. I'm like, that's fine. You want to move out when you're 18? That's fine, but I'm just telling you, stay home as long as you can. That's how I always.
Stressful.
I tell her, you get the freedom, what you're wanting to do, whatever the fuck you want. I get that, but bills, it's hard. I said it's hard unless you know what I mean. Like, you're making,
and they don't stop.
Yeah, and I said unless you're making great money at 18. Guess what? You're going to be stressed out. You're going to be working 2 to 3 jobs, trying to go to school, paying attention to your boyfriend. I said, dude, stay home as long as you can.
Too many distractions.
Stay home as long as you can. Get your education. Let your father or your mother help you pay for it. get you right. So when you are ready to move out, that you hit the ground running. Because if you try to hit the ground running and doing all this, not that you're going to fail, and not that I wish you're going to fail. I just think that why not take advantage of all the help you can possibly get until you're able to
prepare.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I told her, to be honest with you, if I could do it all over again, I would have stayed it to my parents' house till I was 39. Shit, you know what I mean?
Right?
Let them pay.
About 39. That's a little.
Let them pay for it.
Sounds rough.
Go goddamn crazy.
Yeah, let them pay for it.
Like I said, my son. Anytime, like I meet somebody and they, as soon as they ask, they say it to me. Oh, your son still lives with you? I'm like, yeah, you're not getting a call back. I don't like your attitude.
Right.
I don't like the way you talk about my son.
Oh no. So I know guys that live with their moms that are in their 40s, 50s, and they always just say, you know, just like I think what was the movie? The grandma. It was Adam Sandler, but he was not in the movie. And the guy goes, yeah, you live with your mom. She goes, no, she's my roommate. We share the So
good, true. Listen, I'm fucking awesome and he's awesome. It doesn't matter. Like we really
no. What's that movie? God, I can't even think of the movie. But I think it would reverse. Like, you know, when you're in your 40s,
you're like, I'm awesome. Sorry.
When you're in your 40s,
I'm awesome.
Living with your mom, and it's just you two. I think it's you guys just he's taking care of you at that point. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
He's expressed to me at some point. He's like, eventually, I'm not going to leave you just because I'm going to take care of you. And I'm like, and of course, I'm like, are you calling me old? And he's like, no, I'm just saying. I'm like, all right. That was nice.
Love you.
I'm not
boy. It's
old.
all good.
Yeah, total mama's boy.
Yeah, totally mama's boy. Yeah. So I wasn't a mama's boy. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're a mama's boy." No, not really. Not really. I couldn't get along.
Because you're not the baby. Your brother was a mama's boy, just like
I'm
the baby. I got two older sisters.
Okay.
I got two older sisters. I'm the baby. Stevan. Sorry, Stevan.
Yeah,
you all have more than one sibling, right? You all have more than one. You both have more than one sibling.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. See, both my boys, I only have two boys, and they are both mama's boys because there's two of them. But I could see having more than two children, than having one that was mama's boy or mama's daddy's girl or something like that. So yeah, I could see that.
Right.
So who favored you more?
My dad.
Or who'd you favor more? Your dad?
Yeah, my dad.
Yeah. So what about how many other siblings do you have?
I have 3 sisters, all older than me, and then I have a younger brother. That's Alex's age.
Oh, okay. So your brother's a mama's boy, and you favored your dad.
Yeah.
What about the girls?
I couldn't get along with my mother when I was 16. Oh man, we fought like my sister, one sister's about 6 years older than me, and then one 9 years older than me, and then my older sister's 10 years older than me.
Oh wow.
So they were, my sister
was gone.
Yeah, when I was 11, 12 years old, my sisters both were married already. So
right.
Yeah.
So
well, that's cool though, because they had their time with your parents too, and then they did their thing. So
yeah, it was mostly them 3, and then I came along, and then I think
fucking ruined everything. I'm just kidding.
Fucked the whole plan up.
Fucked the whole plan up.
Do a monkey wrench and everything. Jesus.
I was I think I was 7, and my brother was born. So
yeah, that's why I already
like,
knew
I
already knew your brother was the baby. I mean, because we're the babies. So I just.
All right, so we'll move.
We're the babies.
We're the babies. Big ass baby.
So
big ass baby.
It says as the mystery over Havana syndrome lingers, a new concern emerges. U.S. officials are concerned about the foreign adversary may explode in energy-emitting devices to harm Americans. Now that they're suspect of being the lady.
Read that again.
Mystery over Havana.
I was like, what? Come again? No.
Some of you guys, official suspects, so-called Havana syndrome could be unintentional byproducts of foreign efforts to collect intelligence from the U.S. government employees. Electronic devices that are now concerning American adversaries may have weaponized the tactics to potentially cause physical harm.
Oh my God, what happened?
Let me see if they got to play a video here.
I'm trying to
business for 25 years now.
What?
It has lived.
Jennifer Lopez.
She's everywhere. It's like, where's Waldo? Jesus.
I can't
literally havoc on my hair.
I can't mute the commercial for whatever.
Getting thinner and thinner, and then I heard about minoxidil.
Minoxidil.
The hairdresser was like, "You need to use this every day.
You need to use it
every day, every single day,
Use it twice a day."
upstairs and downstairs.
My hair is so fat and it's thicker and fuller and more amazing than even it was 10 years ago.
Wow.
Start your journey at Forkers.
Was.
NBC News has exclusively obtained a letter from American diplomats who are suffering from symptoms consistent with what some are calling the Havana syndrome. In the letter, which was sent to State Department leadership, the diplomats claim the U.S. government has denied employees and their family access to medical evaluations and treatment, rejected evidence of their injuries, and invalidated their experiences. The letter isn't signed specifically by State Department employees. It's signed by, quote, victims of hostile actions in Cuba and China. NBC News correspondent Josh Letterman joins us now to walk through this letter and his reporting. So, Josh, the State Department employees say they haven't been given the same consideration as military officials who are suffering from these peculiar symptoms. Remind us what happened to them and what they're now saying.
Yeah, that's scary, man.
Ever since these incidents first started coming to light in late 2016, these U.S. diplomats, CIA officers, and other workers have largely been suffering in silence, unable to really fully publicly discuss what was occurring as the U.S. government was investigating these strange incidents that began in late 2016, in which diplomats, in some cases, heard strange sounds, experienced bizarre physical sensation like beams of energy. And then a range of symptoms like headache, nausea, trouble concentrating, and trouble with balance and memory, many of them later diagnosed with brain injuries. But now, diplomats say that after a fairly chaotic response during 4 years of the Trump administration, they had been anticipating that because President Joe Biden's administration was vowing to take another look at this and really get to the bottom of it, that things would improve. But now these diplomats and other U.S. government workers tell the State Department in a letter exclusively obtained by NBC News, after 4 years of challenge, we were hopeful the new administration would welcome a partnership with us to ensure those affected receive the care and treatment they need. Those workers going on to say, unfortunately, our experience thus far has fallen short of our expectations.
So, Josh, how is the State Department responding to this letter?
So I don't get it.
That's
what
That's
what does it mean?
That sounds like a documentary or something. It could be like, that's weird, man. What in the world? That's kind of scary. Very scary as shit.
Right.
I was trying to read on the story like when you first sent it, and I looked it up, but I had to read it like a couple times. I still don't get it. I mean, some lingering energy. That's basically what I took from that. I mean, that's crazy, man. Causing headaches and different symptoms like that. What the hell's going on?
Right.
Like we ain't got enough weird shit to deal with right now. I mean, wow.
Right.
I don't even know what to say about that. Like,
I really don't.
That's crazy. I don't know. Low pitched sounds and experiencing bizarre physical sensations. Wow. I don't. That's crazy. So I mean, it was like something. A toxin was released, or I mean, like I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, what could that be?
I don't get it. I read
and nobody, and you know what's crazy? Obviously, once again, nobody knows nothing. It's pretty funny how nobody knows nothing, but you know,
nobody knows nothing.
That's definitely a strange story.
Strange story.
My phone is acting up, guys.
My phone.
You guys are.
My phone was tripping earlier too.
Mercury retrograde.
So Philadelphia's
It was
PD.
spinning and it wouldn't come
Yeah.
on till like 2
Mercury
minutes before we
retrograde.
started the show.
I'm telling
Sorry,
you.
dude.
Did you guys ever even look it up? Mercury retrograde?
I
No.
didn't.
I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna need
Send
you
me
to.
a link.
We're not gonna go. Listen, just Google it.
Okay.
Google
You
it.
don't even need a link. There's so much to it. Just Google it. I'm telling you.
Mercury.
Go down Mercury
Okay,
retrograde.
it came right
Go
up.
down the rabbit hole.
Okay.
Okay. I'm
Yes,
telling
Pete.
you.
Cop
All right.
accused of deleting suspect's phone video while his body cam was rolling. Here's the video.
They're coming. Stay out the vehicle, man. When they come out, get out. Why you gotta get out, man? I got you on camera. Go ahead, grab me again. You wasn't even moving. Oh, you got me running back. You seen that, right? Oh, hit me. Ain't touching me. Get out the vehicle, man. Get out the vehicle, man. You're about to get sprayed.
Oh, there he goes. He's deleting his video. Oh, wow. I know he got. I bet you got in trouble. Here you go, your phone back. I deleted your video. Here you go.
Right.
Look, there he goes. Delete. Delete. He got it. Delete. He won't delete. His phone is broke. Look, the screen is cracked.
Damn, that's crazy.
Delete. Delete. I can't delete it. What the fuck?
Try him.
Oh, there it is. He found it. It has been deleted. Yeah.
Wow.
What a fucking. Oh my god. Oh, it was a screen protector. Put that bitch back.
Put it back on.
Let me put that back on there.
Hold on. You in my phone?
You in my phone.
I picked the phone up off the ground.
You a whole ass liar.
I don't know. I do not know.
Oops. I wonder if he
He
got
said,
tried.
I don't know. I
what's-
don't even know what to say.
going on?
about.
Where was
What's
that
going-
at again?
Philadelphia. What's going on in the city of brotherly love?
Brotherly bullshit.
Brotherly
Mm.
bullshit.
Mm-mm.
Philadelphia cop bold move cost him his job after a body cam camera footage appeared to show him deleting the video, so he got fired. Oops.
Bye. Delete.
One-
Delete.
One less
Delete.
bad cop to worry about, you know.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't think did he do anything wrong in the video? And he's trying to pull him out, but I mean, what would he?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't want to. I
You're not
shouldn't say,
supposed to delete
shouldn't say
any of
bad, but you know, he didn't follow procedure.
Excessive force.
Yeah.
Excessive force. Didn't follow procedure.
He'll probably
He
get his
didn't need
job
to get
back.
out like that.
I don't know. Like I said, well, why would you delete it for unless you're trying to hide something? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. So there you have it.
So this
They're trying to hide it.
is a huge thing, and I wanted to ask you guys. So Biden warns climate change is the greatest threat to the U.S. security. This is not a joke. Do you believe in climate change, Alex?
Tori's got me believing in everything. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, you know, like they say, you know, you gotta take care of our lakes or all of that stuff like that. I believe in all that shit. And one day, it's gonna show its face. I hate to say it, but yeah, that stuff matters, man. It does. You know, nobody thinks about it, nobody cares about it until they see some shit on the news or something. And like the story we just talked about, we have no idea what the hell that's about. So, I mean, lingering, anything lingering in it. So yeah, I believe in that. What? I mean, I don't know. You know, I can't like dive into it that much. Like I know so much about it, but what do you think about that, Tori?
Oh, absolutely. It's a thing. I mean, we are wasting away our universe at rapid rates. You know, our Earth at rapid rates from overconsumption of things that don't need to be used at the rate it is, or you know, taken from the Earth. When you take at a faster rate than it can resupply, what happens? You know, you're shifting things. This is it's just science, and anybody who says it's not real is literally in denial, because their greed in their mind won't allow them to
Right.
grasp the fact that they're actually doing something that's harming
Right.
the Mother Earth.
Or
Like,
to just tell them, so, well, you know, I won't be around when that.
I won't be
when that
around.
happens or
I won't
something,
be around. Why care?
Right. Exactly. So, but yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
for sure.
It's for sure.
We'll see.
And you can witness the things now. Look at when you were a kid. Do you remember growing up in Michigan? Anybody growing up in Michigan would know this, but during certain holidays, and I don't know if it was for me, just me, but you, like, around certain holidays, you remember, okay, this might sound funny. Do I need a coat for Easter or do I not? Like, we could go play outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, around Easter, St. Patty's Day, Easter, around those times is when the weather started to change. You didn't need a coat. You outside. I'm outside my little Easter dress. It's cool. It's nice, right? And now it's cold.
Right.
The things have shifted. You know, all of the seasons are shifting.
Seems like it's always raining, or it's like you said, there's just right.
Now, some people will argue and say, "Oh, the Earth tilted and its axis and blah 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 blah." It's still global warming. These are still things that are happening because of things that are not being replenished fast enough for the Earth to process and make, and they're being, the fuels and the things.
Right.
It's so much. I could go and
gonna stop for nobody. So
no.
This is a huge thing, and here's Biden speaking.
Climate action. If we're going to prevent the worst impacts of climate change, limiting global warming to no more than 1.5 degrees Celsius, lead the global transition to clean energy technology. You know, when I went over in the tank in the Pentagon, when I first was elected vice president with President Obama, the military sat us down to let us know what the greatest threats facing America were, the greatest physical threats. This is not a joke. You know what the Joint Chiefs told us the greatest threat facing America was? Global warming. Because there'll be significant population movements, fights over land, millions of people leaving places because they're literally sinking below the sea in Indonesia because of the fights over what is arable land anymore. With the G7, we plan.
So, and people don't understand, but it doesn't just affect us; it's affecting animals, right? If it gets
and the sea,
if it changes degrees as little as 2 or 3 degrees, that could affect different animals. They have to migrate somewhere else, or if it gets too warm, with polar bears. If it gets too warm, they have to try to figure out how to get, to a colder place. So it does not affect us. It can affect animals. It could be just all the stuff that we're putting in the air, chemicals, just so many different things. Like you said, maybe me, you, even our children may not see it. But what about our grandchildren? What about their children? So
I think we're starting to see it. I think our generation's definitely starting to see it, but a lot of people want to ignore it. I mean, have you seen the commercials of the polar bears, or not the commercials, but the shows where people go and the polar bears are trapped on the tiniest piece of ice because they have nowhere to go?
That damn song is so sad.
Oh Lord, don't.
I know exactly what commercial you're talking about.
Right?
I think it's like, I think this is a huge topic. It's horrible. And I don't know.
Giant pieces breaking off, in Iceland and just in the Antarctic. It's sad.
I think it can be solved now, but we need to do something. I know we're going
slow it.
Yeah, we're going in the right direction to slow it down. But we got to keep as not just not just the United States, but as a world, we need to focus on how to reduce the slowness of global. So
I agree.
So El Chapo's wife pleads guilty to help running a drug cartel.
She didn't have a choice.
I'm like, you read my mind. I'm like,
that sucks. I felt bad for her. I was like, damn, girl, you went out like a G.
2 years after walking into a
here you go. 2
He's gonna
years.
be up in there like the Sopranos, though.
Her husband. Tonight, El Chapo's wife, Emma Coronel Aispuro, is fighting for her own freedom. Her mugshot taken shortly before her court appearance today via video conference where she was denied bond and if convicted could face life in prison. The dual U.S.-Mexican citizen, who is still married to one of the world's most notorious drug kingpins, now faces conspiracy to distribute cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, and marijuana into the United States. After El Chapo, whose real name is Joaquin Guzman, went to prison in 2014, new court documents allege his wife acted as a messenger between the drug lord and his lieutenants, associates, and sons. When El Chapo famously escaped that Mexican prison using a tunnel, court documents say she helped orchestrate the plan.
What you see in a criminal complaint is the bare bones. There could be more.
Tonight, her attorney saying, "We don't know enough about the case to give clarity to the public," adding, "We'll do what we can to get her out of this mess." The former beauty queen, who married El Chapo when she was 18, was arrested at Dulles International Airport outside Washington, D.C. Guzman was extradited to the U.S. in 2017, and before he was sentenced to life in prison, evidence at his U.S. trial showed his wife's involvement in his billion-dollar criminal empire, an accusation she's denied.
El Chapo was the head of a very, very violent and dangerous drug cartel, and it's obvious from the affidavit regarding his wife that she was helping him in almost every respect.
I'll write her a letter right now.
I see you.
She's a pen pal.
You think?
Only 31.
I mean, as a woman married to, let's say, a monster,
Don't get killed.
a drug cartel, even when I ran businesses, I kept my wife pretty closed off. I'm surprised that he involved. Yeah, I'm surprised he involved her, because if I was running a drug cartel, my wife wouldn't be involved in the day-to-day business. She wouldn't be communicating between me and Lieutenant. And I know it has to do with trust, right? I trust my wife, but I don't know. I think she might.
Somebody's got to be that middle.
She was a G. She was a G.
Or you're just gonna get caught.
Maybe he saw something in her like she was a G. She. It is what it is. He needed somebody. Maybe she was a heavier hitter than the rest of the motherfuckers around him. Sometimes your hardest hitter is your woman.
They're shipping big time stuff out, man. 450,000 kilos of cocaine.
She orchestrated his escape. She's clearly smart.
Man.
She clearly picked up a couple skills other than just modeling.
Multi-billion-dollar. Yeah, that's.
Connie said she'll tell on your ass.
Crazy.
So that's funny that she alludes to that, right? So you see all those memes and stuff, and the first thing it says is, "I'm gonna call the cops on you and tell you be selling drugs over here because you're mad at your baby daddy." You know what I mean?
That's all it takes. One argument, bro. That's a wrap.
Oh no, I ain't fucking up my money. Shit.
The biggest thing, to be honest with you, I think it was
both sides. Now you
now you fucked up your own money.
It was a trust issue, but my ex-wife, it's funny. I watched The Sons of Anarchy not too long ago, like the thousandth time, and Juice, the guy we were just talking about that looks like Alex. Alex was in The Sons of Anarchy. His name was Juice, and he said Gemma is the key to all secrets, all skeletons, all mysteries, and all of it, right? And I got to be honest with you, even though I didn't involve with my wife about things that I've done, because I've played on the gray side a lot of times, right? I like to tote that gray line. I'm that guy. I've always been that guy. I've always if I don't, the guy that runs the red light. Well, if I don't get caught, I guess I'm not breaking the law, right? So I got to be honest with you. My ex-wife, she knew a lot of stuff, even though I didn't tell her. She knew some stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And she told me, she goes, "You know what? If I was a motherfucker, you would go to jail because you have done some real bad shit and some dirt that she goes, I just never said anything, and I just knew, you know what I mean? you would go in the room and close the door, whatever the case may be. She's like, I always knew. You might have not told me, but I always knew. And I didn't want to make her accessory after the fact, right? I didn't want to involve her in some things. So I think that was the thing, is that I just never wanted to involve her. She knew about maybe possible criminal activity. She knew about maybe I didn't pay my taxes, all my taxes that I owed. Whatever the case may be. I might have smidgen. Maybe smidgen, allegedly smidgen on that tax.
Allegedly.
So like I said, she knew.
Listen, Donald Trump said, if you don't pay your taxes, you're smart.
Right.
There you go.
Like I said, she things, but I always told her I never wanted you to know everything. I just never did.
Yeah, I want you to be able to pass a polygraph.
Yeah. Yeah. So. But I don't know. What do you think, Alex? If you ran in a criminal empire like that, would you bring your wife into full circle, or would you keep her isolated?
Well, first of all, my lifestyle is going to be totally different from just having a wife and a normal life. So, I mean, that's probably just one of his wives. So I would definitely, whether it's a female or male, of course I'm going to have you. I mean, what drug dealer doesn't have a right-hand man or woman, bro? I mean, it's just it comes with the territory. So it might not be your wife, but you're going to use another girl or whoever. Of course I would. Of course, you have to. Unless you want to get, I mean, either way, you're going to get caught. Bad is bad, wrong is wrong. But I mean, yeah. Hell yeah. I have like 3 or 4 girls. Like, hey,
oops, sorry, she was trying to
multi-billion.
I was like, "What are we talking about, Connie? We doing ballet? Ooh, El Chapo got ballet."
I mean, they were importing a lot of shit, man. That's crazy. Like, when I did my little dirt, growing up too and stuff like that. But I never could get into something that deep like that. I just. I did some things before that made some quick money, and I kept it going for a minute, but it was so stressful, and just the paranoia, you know what I mean? It was just crazy. So I was never cut out for that type of shit like that. I'm nickel and dimer, but
nickel and dimer.
That shit. When I did do some big shit, make some big money real quick. The couple times I did. I was like,
oh, not me. I can't do this shit, man. I was moving weight. I had shit to do.
Waiting around, looking around, and all this. It's hard to trust anybody, man.
Oh,
you can get killed. You can get killed on your first run. Killed on your first run, or it might be your first and last. So I mean, it's not everybody. It's a dangerous.
Not for everyone. Not for everyone. It's scary. Yeah.
Some guy just said, "Hey, Tori."
Hey, baby.
What up?
Yeah, at like 8 wives. If I'm running a billion, I'm gonna have like 8 wives.
Hey, baby.
He said, "I'm a nickel and dime."
10 girlfriends or whatever.
10 girlfriends.
10 girlfriends. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of trouble.
MZ broke this story about a month ago, and we were definitely questioning it. We talked about it a little bit briefly. Shock G died from accidentally overdose alcohol, fentanyl. I just don't understand what is going on with the mental illness of artists, actors, on and on and on. I know I'm a regular old guy, and I have problems, and I try to see a therapist every day, but I just don't know if these guys that are so successful, they isolate themselves and they're not talking to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, why would he do that? Why would some of these guys that, like a Prince that is on top of the world, do something like that? I don't get it.
Well, Prince was a different story. I mean, there was people fiddling around with that, but yeah,
I'm just saying, what's going on?
But I know what you're saying.
Is a mental illness that
because they think they're gonna be okay. You know what I mean? They think, oh, just want I got high yesterday.
Well, they built their I think they build their tolerance up.
Yep.
You know, they built their tolerance up. They think they're oh, I've done this amount before, I've done this before, and maybe it's the same amount, or maybe it's even less, and it just was laced with something we didn't know. You know, when you are abusing any drug, even if it's a drug prescribed to you by a doctor, you don't think that you have limits. You think you can handle anything just a little bit here and there from what you've tried, and there is no boundaries. Clearly, there's no boundaries, right? So I don't think that these are things that are done. I don't think all of the deaths were done intentionally. I just think they're done recklessly because they don't have any boundaries. But again, clearly there isn't boundaries in their life if they're going through what they're going through. So, and everybody is different. Everybody is doing, you know, some are doing it to mask mental health. Some are doing it to mask hurt from situations they've experienced, what's going on in their life or with a family member or what, you know, everybody's different. So you don't know why. But
yeah, well, Alex, you know, I know we've been talking about Alex. She says, well, watch the Dark Side of the Ring. And I was watching the Macho Man one, and I watched it and I finished it. And, you know, they were talking about Miss Elizabeth. And her and they were taking pills, and she was dating. I just went blank now.
Lex Luger.
He was feeding her pills, and what Scott Hall said she was taking pills as much as a 250-pound man was taking. She was only crazy, huh? She was only 100 pounds. So her dying, Lex, you know, he basically fessed up to it and said, "Hey, it was my fault. I was giving her the pills." He manned up, but like you said, it was accidentally. You know, she was drinking and taking pills like a 250-pound man.
Right.
And 100 pounds. Of course, eventually her heart's gonna fucking stop, right? You know what I mean? So I think it's definitely accidentally. I think she was going through some things, just like Shock G. I think she was going through some stuff, and that helped sometimes to mute what is going on in your life.
Young man, 42 years old, so young, man. Golly.
Just crazy, you know. And Shock G was in his 50s, early 50s. So I just think sometimes things that they're not talking to people, and the prescription drugs is the easiest thing to get to. You know, he was doing meth, alcohol, fentanyl, whatever, and you know, fentanyl is definitely the killer.
Yeah, and then like you said, he admitted to that, so he was an enabler, and that a lot of these people are circled by enablers, right? That's their whole circle. People who they either want something from them, they want some kind of money, they want to be near them because they have fame, or they want to be near them to use drugs with them because those people don't want to use drugs alone either.
Yeah.
So, you know, the enablers, or you have the family member who is in denial that their family member is doing this, that they're, you know, they're
covering up
their friend or their family member or their, you know, spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend is doing this, and then they're in denial, and so the abuser is going to lie to them, right? And they're going to believe what they say because abusers are good at lying because they want to get what they want to get, and they don't want to get caught, or they don't want to look like they're doing as much as they really are doing. It's just, you know, it's just recreational and just having a little fun.
And what they're doing in front of you don't mean they ain't doing
what they're doing or what they just did in the car before
like
they
you
came
said
in.
Earlier, like you mentioned earlier, you don't know what somebody that is. Like you can imagine, like, oh my God, like, but yeah, you just never know what somebody's actually doing to themselves. I mean, you know, unless you're there with them. So
I know.
No, it's like I said. I think you know, when I watched that last night, I was just like, you know, it's sad that you know he did enable her, and he fessed up to it years later. 2017,
and you see him now. He's lucky to be alive. I mean, he's in a wheelchair. Right. You know, he looks good for what it's worth. I mean, but man, you know, you look back and golly, look at the shape that they was in and just in that, and then to go
Yeah.
from that to this, man, is just wow.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Right. And I think early on, and I can't think of his name. I can't. Alex probably.
Well,
not Vince Russo, but what's his name?
I was gonna bring up Kurt Angle. You know, like
I was thinking about God. What is his name?
Kurt
Not
Angle was taking 60 Vicodin plus a day. 60.
Yeah.
And they're like Stone Cold Steve Austin's like, how are you alive? Like,
Yeah.
60 Vicodins? Like, are you serious? He was like, he wasn't exaggerating at all. He was like more than that. I'm like, wow, that's crazy, you know, because he had neck surgeries and stuff like that, you know. Like, that was legit when he said he won, you know, a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. That shit was legit as can be, and that just triggered things, and just, you know, he's off of them now. He's been sober, so I mean, yeah, like Drake said, them pills are just so easy to pop a pill, man. You know what I mean, and just continue to do that. And you know, they were giving, you know, my parents, like, you know, they were up in age. You know, my father passed at 75, my mother's 76, and they were giving them, you know, Tylenol 3s, Tylenol 4s, and I eventually got my mother off of that and turned around to the CBD creams and stuff like that.
Yeah, holistic.
She stopped taking those. It's been like 3 years now, so. You know, and you know, but yeah, it's so easy.
CBD is so good.
Right.
So good for you, and so not habit forming, and just good for your organs too. You know, you got to think the pill you're taking is going to temporarily stop the pain, or whatever drug you're abusing is going to temporarily stop the pain.
It fights off cancer
Whether
cells.
the pain
That's just
is
one thing it does. You know?
Yeah, whether the pain is physically or mentally, you know, or emotionally, whatever drug you're using is going to only temporarily mask that. So if you can, you know, turn to something that's holistic to be able to do that, because you got to think, even though it's just masking that mental, physical, or emotional pain for a moment, it's damaging so much more inside of you and your whole entire body that's going to cause even more. It's just a domino effect of pain and hurt, and problems. I'm a huge advocate for the CBD as well. CBD, edibles, all of that.
Yeah, maybe we can get somebody on the show down the road. That can, you know, I would love to get somebody on the show to talk about more about the CBD and the
benefits of it.
The difference between THC and CBD, because a lot of
Absolutely.
There you go. So, Florida Publix shooting kills 3, including child. Investigator says suspects among the dead. Kind of crazy story.
Jeez.
Extremely.
What about love? Sorry, commercial first. I'll let that play.
Yeah, I seen
I love the commercial right before an article.
Right. Especially when it's random as shit.
Yeah.
Shooting. Yes. What about love? What? Or is that somebody trying to sell us a Honda Civic?
Shooting at a Publix grocery store in Palm Beach just a short time ago. Police say one adult male, one adult female, and a child were killed. Officials confirming the shooter was one of the deceased people. Detectives are currently investigating the incident and say this was not an active shooter situation. We'll bring you any further details.
Just to see sad that you see a child murdered, and you know, I didn't read into the story.
So sad.
So somebody just randomly was shooting and
no, it wasn't an active shooter. It was the mother and the child were shopping. They believe the male came in and shot them. Is what I read.
Boyfriend?
I'm assuming
ex-lover?
so, yeah, probably, or the child's father. Says that the shooter was the male and that he knew the mother and child.
A month before his second birthday.
Second birthday, yeah. Fucked up. In a very prominent, nice, was it Florida? Florida.
Yeah, Palm
resident.
Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Royal Palm Beach.
Place where they everybody's like, this doesn't happen here. What?
Wow.
What is going on?
So we'll move
It
on.
goes to show you it doesn't matter where you're at. I mean,
Yeah,
It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
really does.
God bless.
So we'll move on to golf. I don't even know who this guy was, but since golf champion Angel Cabrera extradited to Argentina, accused of assaulting 3 women.
Jeez.
He won. Looks like he won the Masters. But he got extradited. They were like, peace out. He won in 2009 and is extradited back to his home in country Argentina. He was set to face charges of attacking 3 different women. 50-year-old golf star nicknamed El Pato was arrested in Brazil back in January after officially said he was considered to be a fugitive of justice after bailing out a meeting with prosecutor. Women accused of 2 ex-girlfriends and his ex-wife, and previously reported one of the women offered punching her in the face, making threats, and trying to run her over with his car in 2016. I wonder in golf. I know in certain things, football or whatever, do they pull the Masters? Like, will they pull your jacket, like your championship?
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying?
I would.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't doubt it, though. I
should.
mean, golf is a more prestige. It's been more laxed, obviously, over the years. But it's more prestige than football.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like golf and tennis are very they fancy. They don't play like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if he goes to jail, I think they would stricken him from the books and just take his title.
I could see that happening.
I could see them deleting
them either. They need to call him El Puto. That's what they need to call him. El Puto instead of El Pato.
Oh my God.
Putting his hands on
That's a
women
good
like that. That's crazy, man. They got a reputation to uphold, that's for sure. So
yeah.
I'll be looking out for that. See what happens.
Hopefully, see what happens in that story. So we're gonna move on to legend, coach, bullshit blogger. His son saying that the University of Michigan football coach legend says dad knew doctors were abusing athletes. I'm gonna play a clip of that real quick.
Oh my God!
Insane, man.
I didn't see that.
So insane. It's been on fire all week. They've been talking about.
I haven't been paying attention.
So he's saying that he knew this was going on, and his dad didn't say anything. And now the NCAA is investigating the program. So
allegations from the son of a sports legend, the son of late Michigan football coach Bo Schembechler, publicly revealed that he told his father that he'd been molested by the team doctor, and his father refused to protect him. Dennis joins us now with more of the allegations. Their son Matt also said that his father knew that other athletes were being sexually abused.
Yeah, Allison, Matt said his father betrayed him and some of the other players. We heard 3 painful stories of abuse today, starting with the coach's son, Matt. He is the adopted son of the legendary University of Michigan former football coach Bo Schembechler. His son alleged the university's former physician, Dr. Robert Anderson, assaulted him multiple times, starting back in 1969. Today, he spoke about the incident publicly. He said he was 10 years old. He said he was in the 4th grade, and it was his father, Bo, who sent him to that doctor. Here's a little bit of what he said.
As a 10-year-old kid, I didn't really know what to expect. But what Dr. Anderson did made me uncomfortable. He fondled my genitals and conducted an invasive rectal exam with his finger. I told my mom as soon as I got home that I was uncomfortable and shaken. She was a registered nurse. And after she had heard what Anderson did, she knew something was wrong. And she wanted me to tell my dad in her presence. When we got home, I told him what happened. That did not go well. Bo's temper was legendary, and he lost it. He screamed, "I don't want to hear this. I'm not hearing this." I tried to tell him repeatedly, but my effort earned me a punch in the chest. This is the beginning of the end of the relationship with him. I hope my father would protect me, but he didn't.
Meanwhile, Matt said today that abuse was allowed to happen at the university because the students' health and safety was not put first, but instead the reputation of the university was placed above the health and safety of the students. Now, the doctor died in 2008. He was a physician with the school from 1966 up.
Man, way too long. Way too long.
Crazy story.
I know, man. They've been talking about that all week, man, and everything. Every channel, every radio station. It's pretty mind-blowing. That's pretty mind-blowing, man.
Going on at a university level.
Wow. And I mean, I don't know, you know, they say like, you know, back in the day, man, just things were so kept and swept under the rug. That's pretty crazy. And the thing, and you know, it's funny. He got fired. He got fired, and guess who got him his job back? Got him reinstated.
Oh,
Schembechler. So I don't know what's going on. I listened to before we did the show today. I was listening to their, you know, Pat Caputo was talking about that, and he was friends with Bo. He was really close friends, and even he couldn't explain what was going on. He, you know what I mean? So kind of, it's a just very tough thing for everybody to wrap their heads around right now.
Was Bo abusing people too then?
Somebody at my door, and
say it again.
He rang the doorbell.
Was there accusations of Bo abusing as well, or no?
No, it was just cover.
But he got the doctor his job
He knew
back.
what was going on all these years. This is going back to the 60s, so
disgusting.
yeah, it's pretty mind blowing. It's crazy.
That's sad.
And then just for his son,
Especially because so many people held him at such a high standard and trusted them with their children's lives. Literally trusted them. You know, having a child in sports, having, you know, boys in sports, especially Dom, and just knowing that I entrust these coaches with his life. And a lot of parents weren't as involved as I was. So they, you know, I'm a helicopter mom. I'll admit it. I'm hovering over. I'm there. I'm in the motherfucking huddle, right? I'm seeing everything that's going on, and I'm in tune with my kids. But a lot of parents aren't, and they live their dream through their kid, right? They didn't get to make it to college football. They didn't get to go certain things. So I've seen a lot of parents, you know, even like in the dance world, right? Dance, cheerleading, football. These parents live through their kids, you know, athletic ability, and that's great because they need you to be their cheerleader, but they also don't need you to feed them to the wolves. They need you to pay attention. And sometimes these kids are so close to them that they're scared because they don't want to be, they don't want to be, you know, benched. They don't want to be redshirted. They don't want to be outed. God, it's scary. Yeah. So even the people that were involved, maybe they're not involved, but the parents that were involved with the kids, maybe they didn't know because their kids weren't a target. I don't know. So many things are going through my mind right now.
And they say, you know, they say in the article that, you know, he's saying everyone knew, or not he, I'm sorry, I'm not quoting nobody. Everyone knew about the abuse. Well, it says, he said, Matt Schembechler, and players and coaches talked about it regularly. Did
you hear him say, he didn't call him dad, he goes Bo.
Right.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
and even at his
crazy,
age,
man.
he's still dealing with this. And, you know, though, I say good for him for speaking out because he needs to speak his truth, even no matter how old he is.
A registered nurse. Wow.
And did you hear what he said? She wanted me to say it in her presence.
Right. Like
clearly, her voice didn't matter either.
Right.
She was scared of him as well. He controlled her too.
Did he say he was
not a good person? I've heard.
The mother didn't sound like she was condoning it. Yeah, it's sad. So many people are a huge fan of him.
Right.
And to know that, you know, but that his son needs to speak his truth, not only for himself, but for all of the other victims and the people who are possibly going through it right now.
Right. And it says that he was injured. He had like 15 injuries within 4 years. So every time he went in there, he had to deal with this. That's wow.
So sad.
Yeah.
So, we'll move on to a little bit of more sports. Hockey. I got to play this video on the screen. This is why I'm a hockey fan, and I think even though it's a Canadian sport, but I'm going to play. This is a game with the Islanders and the Boston Bruins. This series is over, but this happened the other.
Do you ever think Canadians find like a U.S. like nickel in their chains? Or no?
Maybe.
I think so. Maybe.
I'll play this real quick.
Kind of like, do you ever think Chinese people want to go get American writing on their body like we do Asian writing, Chinese writing in a different, like the word trust
I want to ask
on
a
your
Canadian
arm.
one day. Like, do you ever find American nickel in your diamond?
And like, and get all excited like we do.
Or throw it in the garbage like when I find a Canadian in my change.
Do you? I keep them.
I'll
Oh,
throw that shit right in the garbage, or I'll leave it somewhere at the store. I'll just leave it right there.
When I was younger, I used to get all excited.
Maybe it'll
like,
make its way back
awesome.
home.
Mm-hmm.
So, Islanders fans belt out the national anthem. And this is why I love hockey. This is the victory. This is game 6, but I'll play a little bit of it.
Presenting tonight's colors is the New York State University Police. And now, please join Nicole Raviv as we sing together our national anthem.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed?
He's totally sleeping. Nobody's gonna nudge him.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? And of the free and the hope of the brave.
So when I see that, I get teared up because it means, and I know they're New Yorkers. To me, it means that are we out of this, I guess, COVID darkness. Yeah, so I see the stands filled. And like I said, that I was like, wow, I can't believe that. And it's hockey. So that's awesome. I just wanted to put that on the screen. So.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks for sharing.
Right. No, I mean, we're slowly but surely, man, getting back to that. I got an email yesterday about WWE tickets going on sale, and I haven't been to a show in a couple of years, and I was like, let me take care of some things first before I started going. But it feels good, man. Little things like that.
Yeah, it feels real good,
I can't wait to go to a hockey game.
To get back to sports, you know what I mean? I know, basketball and baseball, and mostly sports are limited, but to see the fans just sing that song, I was like, wow.
Right. I mean, I'd go to a baseball game, but I'm not going when it's 90 degrees. I can't. It's too damn hot right now, man. But
it's hot. It's 120 over here on Satan's crotch.
I don't know what day my birthday falls on, but I'll be going to a game next month. That's for sure. So
birthday falls on.
It's hot.
It's usually on the weekend.
Your birthday's
I
on
mean,
Saturday.
I went to opening day when it was like 30 degrees. I mean, I sit through the shit, but
We literally live in
want to right
Satan's
now.
crotch, and you're telling us it's hot.
it's too hot. That's a different hot. That's not a.
It
that's
is a different
That's
hot. It's a different
I can
hot.
deal with that hot over there. That's nothing. To
It's
me.
like a
That's-
warm blanket. It's like a warm, like little.
It's a beautiful
yeah.
hot. I love the
It
weather.
is a beautiful
in
hot.
Phoenix.
Yeah, y'all got sticky, thick ass hot.
What do they call it?
Thick
swamp
thighs.
ass. Swamp ass hot.
Thick thighs, swamp ass hot. Titty sweat hot.
Right.
Yeah.
Chafy thighs hot. No, I'm good.
We'll start the Western and Eastern Conference has been set.
All the golfers get in trouble, huh?
We got the number 2 seed, the night against Montreal. And we got the number 4 seed, Islanders, facing the number 3 seed, the Lightning. I would love to see the Knights win, but definitely I don't want to see Montreal get another cup. It would be nice. I don't want to see the Lightning because they recently won. I would definitely see the Islanders win. When I was a kid, even though the Red Wings were in the Dead Wings, I was a big Islanders fan.
Yeah, when's the last time they won a cup, man?
80 they won.
Okay.
I was a big Islanders fan. Wow. I loved the Red Wings, but they were winning cups. The Islanders. So that was a huge deal for me when I was 7. I was a mite. And I'm seeing the Islanders win cups, and I just thought, like I said, I thought that was awesome. Let me look at. I'm just looking at their history. Playoff and dynasty, yeah. So they won. Did they win that many cups? Yeah. So 79 to 83, man. They won.
Right.
They won. They won. Yeah. So like I said, when you see that as a kid, you're like, oh my God, they had Bossy, they had all these legendary players that won the cup. They had a tremendous goalie. Man, it was just like I said, it was a pure dynasty back in. I just remember 80, but I think 80, 81. But like I said, I remember them being such a phenomenal team. So they haven't won it in 40 years, man. That's a long time.
That's about like when the Red Wings, it was 45 years since before we had won it, I think, back in 97.
Right. Long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's long
time ago. I would definitely like to see out of these, these teams, I would like to probably see the Islanders. I really don't. When I see the Knights, I feel like they bought their team, and I think they positioned themselves where they need to be. I have a cousin that lives in Vegas, and she's a big Knights fan, and I'm like, that was a team that was assembled from all the teams.
They got a team over there now.
Yeah, I'm like, I really don't see them as a hockey team. Yeah, now I know they came
But hey,
close.
man, when you start off like from the get-go winning as an expansion team, I mean, it's kind of hard not to root for them. You know what I mean? So if that's where you live, so but yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I would love to see the Islanders win.
Right. Just restore a little bit of that.
Right, and I know you're not a big New York fan,
but
but
I'm a sports fan, so I mean, I can see why you would want them to win. You know what I mean? Just to put a little bit more, I guess, respect or whatever back into the game. A little bit nostalgia.
I know. Like I said, I think when I think of the Islanders, I think of that 80s team. I think of that old school team.
Right.
So,
the most talked about play in the opening game.
I would love to see them win a cup. So, and then when they won a cup, it was hockey was hockey then, So, a finesse game or whatever. I pulled up an old video. You can't even make it out, man. So bad it is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, who's broadcasting this shit?
You get dizzy watching a hockey game now, man. I was watching one that, like I said, watching some of the playoff games. And I'm just like, damn, I'm like this. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll move on to basketball. Where are we at? NHL.
Look at Phoenix.
Undefeated. Well, 3-0. They got the Nuggets.
Right.
I was watching the game last night. I got to be honest with you. I would thought that Denver was going to put a better up fight than they did, but they got some guys that are hurt.
Phoenix defense, man.
Phoenix defense. You got Utah winning that series 2-up. And then if you go to the East, Philadelphia took control of that series. They're going 2-1. And then the Brooklyn Nets is 2-1. Milwaukee finally won a game. Who you still got, man? Everybody's saying the
man, I like Phoenix, man. I might have to jump on the Phoenix bandwagon. I mean, I always like Phoenix and Chris Paul, but I find myself rooting for them now. I definitely, I don't like Utah. I don't. So it looks like the Clippers woke up. So I mean, I don't know, man.
We woke up.
I like Phoenix. I like Phoenix.
I like Phoenix.
How can you,
I'm happy for them.
Alex said he wants to do a show with you, and he was talking about, and I listened to his podcast, is right. I try to support him, produce his show. He's telling me that Phoenix shouldn't be here because LA was hurt, and I want to get on the show and kind of disagree with him because I think it's basketball or it comes to any sports. That's what happens. You play 82 games, you're gonna have guys hurt. Now,
LeBron James was hurt, man. LeBron James was hurt throughout the
playoffs. But you say, well, Phoenix is going to have an asterisk because LeBron was hurt. No, that's the game. That's the game. That's what happens.
Exactly. That's why you have a bench.
Yeah, that's right. You can't say that. He says, well, they would never got past the Lakers if they were at full strength. Not true.
I used to talk like that, but
it's
I like to be more realistic.
Right, because one man isn't supposed to carry the whole team. The rest of them should have been able to pull together and be and come together and still bring it in. And so putting all that on just one man is
just like football. Let's say that Matt Stafford's hurt, and we put that second stringer at the backup. He wins a fucking title. Does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean that Matt Stafford's no good? No, it doesn't. He was hurt.
Right. He was hurt.
And guess what? The following week, guess who's going to be starting? Matt Stafford. So, that's why you have a bench. That's why you have a roster of.
I disagree with. There's a lot of baseball fans, and my dad says that Barry Bonds should have an asterisk next to his record, his home run record. And I told him I don't agree with that because first of all. And I'll tell you, okay, yes, you can hit the ball farther. Yes. Okay, I get that. But it does take skills to hit that ball, right?
Hand-eye coordination.
And right. So you still need to have some type of skills to hit that ball. Maybe not all of them would have been home runs. Okay, I give you that. But should he have an asterisk? No. I don't agree. I just don't.
No, if
a guy's juicing, yeah, sure. Does he hit it 400 feet instead of 350? Okay, yeah. But it still takes skill to do that. So when they say, oh, that, LeBron, they were hurt and that if Phoenix wins, it's getting an asterisk. No, that happens. So let's go back to 1995 when Houston won back-to-back. Michael Jordan was playing baseball.
Right. Everybody always
get an asterisk because Michael Jordan wasn't playing.
Right.
A lot of what ifs. So to me, I think in basketball, in any sports, if you're hurt, that's part of the game. If you can't make it to 82 games plus the a couple rounds in playoffs, guess what? You just there's always fucking next.
You got to go home, right? Winner go
home. Somebody's got to go fishing. Somebody's got to. So, like I said, I think Phoenix. Because you were saying that I think they were good. last year in the bubble, I think CP3 takes them to the next level. Does it give them a championship? I don't know.
But just his, you know what though? Just with Chris Paul, see that's the difference between like I always say, the legends and the good players, man. Chris Paul's presence alone on their team does wonders, makes them a better team. Just with that, without him even stepping on the court.
Yeah,
so.
because he was saying, well, they were good. They were really good. No, they were good. This made them better, and that's what happens with teams. You put a puzzle together, and either the puzzle works or it doesn't work. You have a 7 to 8 man rotation, and if you can get that rotation down and they can beat other teams, guess what? You win a championship. That's the way basketball is.
And you know what? And if they do win, everybody's gonna. They're not saying it now, but that's what I see. It's their defense, man. I mean, every team's scoring over 100 points nowadays in the league,
right?
But it's that defense, man. You gotta hold them. You know, like the Pistons held, 70 or below, like. So everything's clicking. They're 3-0, man. I mean, they were looking like they were going to be out that first round, and look at them now. So
there you go. So you got Phoenix, Tori. I think Tori probably going for Phoenix.
Yeah,
I think I'm going for Phoenix. I was pulling out of the East, Atlanta, another good young team, but I don't know if they're going to get past Philly. We'll see. And then I just. When I look at the Brooklyn Nets and I see the big three, the three-headed monster, I'm like, yeah, another team that was put together to beat everybody. And does LeBron did he text KD after loss and say, hey, can you make room for me? Like, I don't know. Like, I think if he ends up in the Brooklyn Nets next year, I'm gonna laugh. It's fucking funny, but
I don't want them to win. I'm not a Kyrie Irving fan. They guys, I don't know. I want Phoenix to win. It's official.
Okay, perfect. That's all I got.
Go Suns.
I wanted to go over with you guys. So I launched the Spotify site. It's not fully launched because I haven't really announced it. But I had some things that were added, and I have to get things that you guys want to add. We're on that next stage. So there is, I had him put a bunch of different items, and I did order some of the other stuff. So I got the girls' things up there. I got the mask. I got the shorts. It looks like I got the girls, your favorite stuff right up here.
Your mock-up.
Your mock-ups.
You got your mock-ups.
Yeah, I see them with the leggings. I got the shorts. So I got to add some more stuff, but just want to let you know it's coming along. That right there, that picture was taken by Augustine, the guy that we had on. That's an awesome picture.
Man, that looks like a shot in one of the features that I did on my thing. Because I did a feature.
Yeah, he took this picture, so that's awesome.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, so that's all I got. Like I said, I'll let you guys know, and I will be talking to you guys because we're going to go on the next round of adding stuff, and then tell people, hey, here it is. You saw the cartoon that came about, so there you go.
Cool.
Sorry, is that person still working on your cartoon?
Yeah, I haven't been in contact with her the last 2 days. I told you I saw death. I was just trying to survive. Who did you end up going with?
So Eddie, I inboxed somebody on there, and Eddie actually came through. And then, so I was sending so many different versions, but I did inbox the person that you told me to inbox.
So you ended up going with them, or you ended up not going with them?
Oh, no, I didn't end up going with them.
You ended up going with your friend?
Yeah.
For $1 million.
For $1 million.
For $1 million.
Alex.
Shout out to Smack Graphics. Dope shit.
Hey,
oh, is that who did it?
Yeah. Well, he's working on some other stuff, and I got some other stuff, but
I saw it, but I briefly saw it. Like I said, yesterday was busy for me. So.
Yeah, you were like recovered from that shot.
Yeah, there's some things.
So that's all I got. Once again, thanks, Alicia, for coming on. Definitely follow her artist. She's managing that artist. I love the way he sounds.
Yeah.
I love his music so far. I've downloaded some of his music.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll definitely support your local artist. Definitely tune into his stuff. So, anything else that you have, Tori?
No, I'm pretty chill today.
Yeah.
I'm just happy
So we
to be
got
here.
Alex's show coming up. The Detroit Killers. Let me pull up that flyer. So it's episode 70. Wow, we're at 70 already.
It's crazy.
So
rolling
Spotlight Wednesday, Detroit Killers,
crazy.
Lions. Alex says the Dallas Cowboys, Emmitt Smith, Red Wings, Avalanche, Patrick Wall. I think he put Pistons, Bulls, Scottie Pippen, and I can't see the rest of that flyer. I don't know that. What was the Red Wings? Oh no, Red Wings. I think we're missing baseball, right? What was
then
it?
I had the White Sox. I think
That was you. I had him on the flyer.
The White Sox.
Yeah, Tim Anderson. So some Detroit Killers. So if you're a big Detroit sports fan, definitely tune in that show. We could talk about different guys that always hurt the Detroit franchise teams. I know some of these guys. I used to hate watching Emmitt Smith. To be honest with you, I have a buddy. He's a big Cowboys fan. I hated Patrick Wall.
Hate.
And I wanted to stab Pippen in his eye.
Damn.
With Michael Jordan's shoe.
And I know Alex
Yeah.
couldn't stand Tim Anderson for the White Sox.
That guy's amazing, man.
You guys are funny.
So
Like I hated him. I'm gonna stab him.
Right.
I'm over here twirling my hair. I'm like,
F you, you're cool.
you're cool
Fuck
and
you,
fuck
I'm out.
you.
Which I just watched that movie a couple days ago.
Half-Baked.
Yeah, God, so funny. I haven't seen him so long.
It's a good one.
Abba, you my only friend.
You
I was dying. So funny, man.
You were dying. So that's all I have. You can follow me everywhere at Drake Swift at all platforms. Alex, where can they follow you?
Instagram and Twitter, SportsMouth313. Once again, anybody that tuned in, thank you. And hit the like, subscribe button, share with your friends, and that's about all I got.
Hats are still available, guys. $35 for the puff. A lot of guys from Detroit definitely ordered some, so you should be definitely seeing around. You can order it, and I will send you a 3D puff hat.
One last thing, sorry, before you speak. I just want to send my nephew a happy birthday shout out.
Happy birthday.
Raw.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday.
Yesterday.
Woo,
So.
woo. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. How old did
My
Raw
voice
turn?
is a little off today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
How old did he turn?
37.
37.
4 years.
Oh,
4
he's
years older than me,
grown.
so,
Okay.
Yeah. I believe it's 37. If not wrong, I'm sorry, but happy birthday, man.
Yes, happy birthday. Have a blessed day. Be
Happy
safe.
birthday. Enjoy your birthday with your children and your wife. Happy birthday. You can get that hat on Word on the Street pod.com, and you can do your PayPal. You can pay with your credit card. You can Cash App me, whatever you want, PayPal, whatever, Zelly, whatever.
Bridge card. They take food stamps? No EBT? Shit.
No,
I take EBT if anybody wants to send me some EBT. I'm okay with that. I take EBT, gas card.
Gas card.
Take gas card.
So if I have 500 on my EBT card, how much are you giving me if I'm giving 500?
Half
225, 250.
And 225. Damn, I can't even get half. 250.
You know, let's see.
Can't beat that
Am I
with a
getting the
bag
card?
right there,
Am I getting the card, or do you got to go to the store with me?
No, I'm giving you the card.
Right.
Okay, I can flex with 240, 250. Listen, I get 500 for 225. Listen, times are hard out here, and these mamas out here got them COVID stamps. Okay, they out here slanging.
They got those COVID
They
stamps.
out there slanging. They got COVID stamps right now.
So funny, going to and I'll try to wrap this up really quick. Or I did food stamps. My mom didn't. They made money, but my grandmother had food stamps. So I remember going to Prince Valley.
Oh man!
At the time, and Prince Valley's on Michigan Avenue. At the time, it was at the corner of my house. It was on North Campbell in Michigan. It burned down. My Arabic buddies, I think they pulled an insurance job back in the 90s. They burned it down, and they bought Pick and Save across the street, and they turned it into Prince Valley.
My Arabic. That's a whole other story.
I remember going into Prince Valley, and my grandma used to have those little booklets.
Damn, I forgot about that story. It's coming back to me now. Go ahead.
And they used to have those little booklets, and I'm like, Grandma, what is that? I always thought it was Monopoly money, but she's like, she would tell me in Spanish, shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
That's hilarious.
Shut up. It's money. Shut up. My grandma was a Mexican lady that kept her money in her bra.
Right.
It was like I said, money.
That's where I keep mine. I got all kinds of goodies. I got all kinds of goodies in here. My kids always be like, "Hey, you got money for the ice cream man?" I'm like, "Don't do that to me." I'd be like, "Go in." Listen, I'd be like, "I ain't got no money."
A woman do that, I'm just like, "Damn." What the heck?
My money always smells like perfume or fabric softener. You ain't got to worry, baby. You're like, "Ooh, her money smells good."
That's why I don't carry a wallet. I keep my
I
money.
just
I don't sweat. My cards, I'm not funky like that.
Comes flying out.
Ew, no, not a Skittle. Who put no damn candy in my kitty? No, I put this in like a Skittle.
Oh my god.
Sticky titties.
Sticky titties.
Anyway,
So
go back to your grandma story, your grandmother story.
She used to put her money there, and it's funny because I love my sister to death. My youngest sister, she's 6 years older than me. I love her to death, and I always tell her, she's like, "Hey, did you do your Comcast today?" And I said, "You mean my podcast?" Yeah. Whatever the fuck that is.
Oh my god.
And
oh, she's cute.
Yeah, so she's like, "Whatever the fuck that is," and I go, "Yeah." And she's the only person that I know that's close to my age, and like you just said, you do it, that she keeps her money. And I go, "Why do you keep your money in it?" She's, "Oh, because grandmother used to." I said, she don't carry a purse. She got all kinds of shit in her coupons.
Yeah, right. What
the fuck is going on in here?
I carry a purse, but I carry the valuable stuff in here. Like if I'm going somewhere and I'm holding my purse, and I know I got a lot of cash on me, I put all my cards, my cash,
mind your business.
things.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
Worry about your own self. Worry about your own self.
And that's funny. Like I'm like, what do you got in there? Like, what is going on? You know what I mean?
The wonders of the world.
Yeah. And then I'm thinking to a guy. I'm thinking a guy's going about to suck your titty, and he's tasting all kinds of shit going on.
No, we keep them moisturized.
Moisturized.
You're like, that's some fruity lotions and stuff. No, it was funny. It's funny because when my kids were younger, well, they know now, but Dom would be like, "Hey, can I get $20?" Right? And I'd be like, "I ain't got it. I ain't got $20." Because he'd go in my purse and he'd see there's no money in there. He'd be like, "Really? You ain't got it?" I'm like, "Go look at my purse." He's like, "I know you don't keep your money in your purse." I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So he'll walk up to me and he'll nudge my boob. He'll just nudge it. And he'll go, "Hey," he'll go like this, "Hey, walk in the other room, do whatever you do in there to make the $20 from here. And then come on back." I'm like, "Did you just do that?" He's like, and he would nudge my boob again. He's like, "Yeah, because I know you ain't got it, right?" I'm like, if you don't get out my safe,
Alex,
get out my bank.
Have you ever dated a woman that kept her money in her bra?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah.
A lot of times for me, like if I'm in the store, I'm doing things.
The girl, she
I
had
put
money
it
like 3
there
different
because
places.
I don't want to be digging into my purse and trying to pull up my wallet and do all the things. I got a system.
And
Yeah. I was
I mean,
like 15. I was like 15. She was.
What'd you
yeah,
say,
she was
Dre?
15 too.
I say because my grandmother, she's going digging in her bra, and I'm like, what do you, Grandma? Get the asses, cállate, cabrón, cállate. What the hell's going on in there? Like,
And I guess I learned it from my elders as well. But when you got kitties, use them, right?
she got the babushka and everything.
Yeah. Oh, love a babushka. Love a babushka. Love it.
I said, Grandma, I'm not coming to the store for you. If you're digging in your bra, I'm not coming in the store. God rest her show. I love her to death. But Jesus Christ, I'm not coming to the store if you're digging in your bra. I'm sorry.
Then you're not eating.
Yeah.
Then you're not eating.
But yeah, I don't know if it's an old Mexican lady, but you probably said your mom probably did that shit too. It's like I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that came from. What tradition?
Listen, we got these boobs here, right? And all this space that you can put things and it secures it where it's never going to fall. Why would we not use that? And it's close to us and nobody can rob us. I think mine had a lot to do with growing up. You know, I had my little Italian grandmas, and especially my great grandma that lived in the hood, like the hood, right? She always had pockets and things and trinkets and things, candies. She had everything carried right here, right? So, and here, so you didn't have to, you know, I think a lot of it she was little, she was tiny. She didn't want to get robbed. So you can't shake somebody down if you don't know where the fuck it's at.
I think that was the main purpose that why she did that is that she got robbed a couple times. And my grandmother wasn't the type of person to go down without fighting. They told me stories, and she would come, my parents lived off Michigan Avenue and it was Skid Row back then. So she would come to visit my parents and I think they tried to jump her a couple times. And she beat the shit out of him with her purse.
Yeah, she gave up a fight.
Yeah.
So, if you're swinging and that purse breaks, at least you know all the stuff that's important to you is all up in your bra.
In your bra. So
there's been times where, not recently because I don't put change in there no more, but I used to like literally if I got change, I just drop it all in there when I was younger. And I remember getting up the one day, like I took my bra off, right? Went to sleep, got up, went to go, like, did some things around the house, showered around like noon, 1 o'clock. I'd been up for a few hours, took my pajamas off, and I'm like, ooh, what is that? And I look, and there was a quarter stuck to my titty still. I had a, right? I had a whole, right. And the quarter was a brand new one. So it wasn't like it was all funky dirty, right? It was a brand new quarter, but the damn thing was stuck to my titty since the whole night. I don't even know. I don't know how it happened. It was, like I said, the wonders of the world. They do things.
Finders, keepers.
So I got to ask you, talking about old things, and I'll let you go, Alex. I know, but I got to ask. So where did you find that? So I was gonna go to his page. So let me do that. I got to ask, where did you find that card from your grandfather? His business card.
Love that.
My mother had it. My mother had it put up, and she pulled it out. She showed me, and I was just like, "Oh my god."
The phone number on it, but did the next to the Detroit, was that the precinct? What was that number? 16?
12th Street.
Or 6 or something?
The street that
I'm on the screen. So I'm gonna explain a little bit about this card, and that's awesome because he was like a dealer of used parts, right?
Yeah, that was when he had his business here before he moved to Mexico.
Right. So the telephone number is 13482. So back in the day, right? Back in the day, you would pick up the phone, and at the time they didn't have direct connect, so you had to call the operator, and you would give them, that prefix,
right?
You give them one prefix, and you would say, "Connect me to 3482," and that's how it worked. And that's that it's on a business card because in history, when I think of and I look up like when they first invented phones, this is how you would connect. Like you would call and you'd be like, operator, connect me to 13482.
Right.
And that would connect you to that person's house. And it's just crazy to this day that
awesome.
It's published on a card. So
yeah, that's crazy. And that's the address. That's the actual. That was my.
Oh, that's the number of the house.
That was my grandmother's address. Yeah, there was a two family.
Okay.
There was a 2-family, and then our address was like 3001 or 3002.
It's hard for me to see on my screen right now, but isn't the number after the word Detroit?
The number 16.
Yeah.
So that's their zip code 482.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah. So that's their zip code because they live that house is still there. My cousin and them live in them. Both of our cousins live in there because it's still a 2-family home. So that's the zip code in Courtown 48216. So
okay. So they just put 16.
Yeah, they just put 16. But that's just crazy. Now, Alex, that card you can't really tell.
Right.
Is that heavy?
Obviously, there's nothing on the back of it either. So.
Yeah, is it? Well, he might have wrote a number, but is it hard card stock or was it white at one point or was it always this color?
I don't know. It's hard to tell because it's so old. So I don't know. I was just like blown away by that though. Like wow. Yeah. I didn't even know. I didn't know that my grandfather had that business until she showed me that. I didn't even know that.
So around what time was this card from?
This has got to be 40s, 50s, I would think.
No, I don't. I want to say I'd have to ask, but I would say 70s, man. Maybe.
No, the phone number.
Well, I'd have to find out when he moved to Mexico and then kind of go from there. But I'll ask and I
would say 40s or 50s.
You guys know.
Yeah, because that phone number wouldn't have been like that in the 70s.
No.
Yeah, I mean, and it's in such good condition, right? Too. So it's like wow.
Yeah, it's got to be the 40s.
I just thought it was cool seeing 12th Street on the card.
Yeah,
very cool.
Just like the 16 or whatever, they probably didn't, when you lived in Detroit back in the days, they probably like, where do you live? Oh, I live in 16. They didn't give 4801.
Yeah, because there was only so many numbers in front the same.
Yeah.
So why say all that? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I just wanted to bring that up. I think that's really cool that you were
agreed
to your mom to save that.
Right,
so does she have any Mickey Mantle cards or anything like that laying around?
God, no, I wish, man.
I'm just wondering.
Right.
So
that's why I told our cousin, I said, hey, he's a card collector. I was like, good luck finding this card, man. So
right? Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. I'm gonna have to ask her if I can keep it, something.
Yeah, me and Dom were looking at it when he pulled it up. I was like, he's like, that's dope as shit.
So that's all I got. You can follow me at Drink Swift. Tori, you can follow Tori at
Tori Rochelle on Facebook, All Beauty, All Beast on Instagram, and The Savage Kitty, that's THEE, Savage Kitty on Twitter.
Alex?
SportsMod 313 on Instagram and Twitter. And that's about all I got. Like I said, subscribe on whatever social media platforms you guys are on and downloading the show.
Yeah, you can go right to wordonthestreetpod.com and you can just right there, boom, go to the media that you listen to. If it's on Apple, it's on Google, whatever one, and it'll take you right to the subscription page. So I'm going to play this video and then we're going to bounce. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. God bless. Happy Saturday. Wash your hands. Wash your ass, mask up, still stay masked if you have to. I know I am. You guys, peace out. Have a safe Saturday. Let me go back to this heat now. So I'll talk to you guys later.
God bless you guys. Have a
Be
great
safe.
day.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Much love.